Welcome to another episode of Dad and Then Shh. It's your boy Chocolate Dad.
This your boy Saya, aka Saya.
It's your boy Styles.
It's your boy 9-5. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Like we always tell everybody, make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. And you guys have been doing that. So I don't really got to say much more to that, man. The followers have been coming in. The views have been pushing. And you guys are showing us a lot of love. Once again, appreciate everybody who popped out to the live show that we had a couple of weeks ago. A lot of fun, a lot of love. Shout out to Shinju Whiskey. Shout out to CSL Studios. That's Cast Sound Lab Studios. My man Preach.
Preach.
we got shown a lot of love. Speaking of being shown a lot of love, we got two of our esteemed guests in the building with us. We got Krissy and Tiff.
Yay.
Ladies, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves and tell the people what you're about, where we can find you.
So who's going first?
You go.
All right. Hi, I'm Tiffany. You can find me.
It's a camera right here too.
Camera right there too. There's camera right there too.
So I'm supposed to
You don't gotta look at the camera. I'm just saying.
Cameras everywhere.
Okay, I'm sorry. So you can find me on Instagram. What is it called? My handle is at Miss.Tiffy_C. Each and every Thursday at 8 p.m. live.
That's MS or MZ?
MS.
Okay.
I'm Krissy. Krisydabull is my Instagram.
Krisydabull?
And Krisydabull. Krisydabull.
Spell that out.
Dabull.
So Krissy with a C or K?
K.
All right.
Two S's.
People definitely gonna...
KRISSYDABULL.
You got some people out there that can't read. You know that, right? Or spell. All right.
I'm a Taurus, so that's the bull.
And for the folks that, shout out, hey, it was your birthday. Happy belated to you.
Thank you.
No problem at all. And Tiff, you also got a birthday coming up.
Yes.
But hold on, before Tip didn't even really go in, so just us, BFFs and Conversations is the name of the live. So put that out there.
How did y'all get? How did y'all come up with that? Where'd that originate from?
The name or the live?
Both.
Yeah.
Just Us was from 2008.
Probably before that. Just Us is what it is. It's Just Us. So we're two of about a crew of 5. But Krissy and I are best friends, and the driving force of our friendship is communicating, or communication, period. She communicates, she taught me how to communicate, and I'm still learning. She taught the entire group, but she was just the type of person that addressed everything head on. You had to talk about it. We put everything on the table, and she just really taught us how to use communication as a way to push past life or challenges or to strengthen our relationship. So it was just weekly we would have these long conversations about everything. And it's just people need to hear this shit. Yeah. That's really what it was in terms of the two of us. Mm. Now, for me, I think it's kind of in the cards. Talking is my thing. A little mix between Oprah and Yana Van Zant, I guess. And I feel like my life is like a Justin LeBoy spread. So it all.
Why you say that? Let me hear.
All mixing it all.
I want to hear.
Let me set this straight. Mixing it all into a pot. I was like, yo, let's just do this live shit and talk. Let's just start somewhere, because that's something that I always wanted to do. And so we were on our way to Miami in March. I was on a plane. I was like, yo, if I started doing this live stuff, you gonna do it with me? She was like, yeah. So when we came back, I was like, this is going to be our first topic. Let's just do it. So she said, okay. Because the rest of the crew, we supposed to start a podcast years ago. And they
talk about they camera shy and this and that and that. So last year, we were like, oh, we're going to do a podcast.
It was the year before.
It was?
It was 19.
And we went through all of this craziness to potentially start a show, have a podcast, and it was just drawn out for no reason. So this worked out with the two of us.
And then they were two. That's fine.
None of the friends fell away now.
No, because they ain't no audience rooting on, and
they were at the mixer with us last week.
That's fine.
And it was funny because
shout out to the other 3. Appreciate that pulling up.
No shade, but it was funny because when you guys were on the live and you said you invited us and to the mixer and things like that, they were like, I'm coming. So we was like, look at these bitches, they coming. We couldn't get a date to figure podcast shit out, but now they coming.
That's a fact. But shout out to you, Krissy, because I think that's something that I think overall in all groups, right, it's communication is lacking, or I'm not gonna say miscommunication, but people don't know how to communicate. Somebody might say something, you don't really understand the text or the context of what they're saying, or people honestly just don't know how to have straight up conversation. So people start building resentments. People start harboring feelings like, oh, well, last time I was out, she said this about my hair, but she might have said it in a way that it was more, of a compliment, but the way somebody took it, or maybe that the way that they normally talk about everybody else comes off a way. But you fostering communication to keep all your friends balanced. Quite honestly, listen, not trying to stir no shit, but oftentimes than not, whenever you hear about like female drama amongst friends or whatever, when you hear like all sides and you really listen to it, I'm like, yo, so y'all all saying the same shit. Y'all just saying it a little different. I don't understand what's happening. Right. And then y'all like beef and all of that, and then every year is a different set of people at dinner parties.
Oh, no,
and all
we don't
that
understand.
type of
We don't
vibe.
understand that like ourselves. We're always like, how come this person has a different set of friends? Like, I'm not saying like we've had a flawless friendship, but I don't understand like the turnover of friends. I don't get that.
We've been friends for 26 years.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's what I was gonna ask. Yeah.
That's all? Just 26?
How long y'all been friends? Y'all can beat that?
Since birth.
So y'all related?
We was
So y'all came out the poems together?
All our moms is best friends.
That's
Aww.
dope.
Yeah, I'm like.
They lying. I'm like, they lying. Hold on.
Nah. But we our circle is pretty tight knit. It's a couple of us. It's a lot of us.
it's a lot of us.
It's a lot of us.
But do y'all speak to each other? Because I find
that's-
men don't speak.
That's
not-
the thing.
that's not true.
No, we do speak to each other, but
It be
like you gotta know,
saying.
you gotta know your friends. I could tell Saya anything. I could tell Chris anything. I could tell Styles anything. But I really can't. Some of our friends, you really can't give them constructive criticism or any criticism at that, because
just
they
know how
take
they
it. So
are.
some people are sensitive.
Yeah, not everybody gonna be so communicative.
Yeah.
Yeah, and wanna do it. You know.
That's probably why
People
everybody,
stuck in
probably
their
why
ways.
everybody thinks I'm an asshole. I'm gonna tell you, I don't give a fuck. I'm like, yo,
Don't get me wrong.
it is
I'm
what it
definitely
is,
an
bro.
asshole.
You
But
are.
how you, we said that about you, so it's how you know. How you picked up on that already? Like,
I can't. All right, you're not an asshole, but I could tell that you aggressive and headstrong.
I'm
Like,
definitely aggressive.
yeah, like whatever. You gonna say what you gotta say, no matter what, no matter how anybody take it. That's how Sai is. Sai's gonna say what you
Really?
gotta say.
I would say that was you. I didn't get
No,
that
I'm an
from you.
asshole. Like I'm really
Openly?
an asshole.
Openly,
yeah,
yes.
I'm an asshole, but
You're an
I'm a cool asshole.
I love cool assholes.
So I love it.
Like what I'm gonna say won't get you mad when you want to fight me, but it'll get you mad a little bit because I'm gonna say it in a jokingly kind of way.
Yeah, you the one who said the thing about the 30 partners and
What?
That means they
was
been doing their
him.
homework. Oh, they've been
Oh,
watching.
that was
They've been
him.
watching.
Outrageous.
They've been watching.
Let me take a drink.
That's regular, right? Exactly. I was trying to.
It's light work, right?
Like, come on. If you of a certain age, that's like how many.
Nah,
Right,
y'all
come on.
crazy.
That's
I'm married now. I can't talk about certain things, but
no problem.
That's
I
not
don't.
what we here for. You see, asshole shit stirring up shit.
I think that you all did a great job at letting him know that I was completely unrealistic.
Yeah. But he's still stuck in his ways.
I think
What?
So here's the thing.
were you raised in Long Island?
No. I'm just.
But he's Haitian, right?
I'm just.
Haitian?
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember, I said that. I was like, maybe he's Haitian and from Long Island. I did say that.
Definitely
So I got
from
the
Long
one
Island, though.
part right.
Yeah, but I'm Haitian
Definitely.
too,
I got
so-
the
I
one
just-
part
That mean
right.
though.
I just.
Explain that.
I just feel like
I hold
Haitians,
women at a higher standard than sometimes what they hold themselves.
you shouldn't, bro.
Yeah, ladies, she's driving the bus all over y'all at home.
saying, no,
So
no,
she
not
out
the-
here.
I'm just saying,
You know
like-
what she's doing? You know what she's doing? She's being the female Justin LeBoy right now.
Yeah, both of them.
I'm just saying.
Here's my take on that. I feel like ideally you're correct, right? That's
But then it's reality.
right. And then there's reality. You have to factor in low self-esteem. You factor in environment. You factor in broken home.
You gotta factor in
Daddy
that.
factor
issues,
in-
mommy
Not even,
issues.
but you
your
also gotta factor in
lifestyle.
how many times you went to Cancun, how
You
many
know
years in a
what's-
row,
So wait. So it's
how
like
bad she wanted to do your shit.
No.
yo.
in order
No.
to. So you're right. 30 is outrageous. Now, possible. That's a different story. And
No, I know
feel-
it's possible.
unless
We know it's possible.
unless you were like in a long-term relationship or you were like not outside when everybody else was outside, you have a better chance of meeting.
And
your
what was the age
standard.
group of this again?
He said, I think he said
18
something
to 30.
about 10, like you shouldn't have more than 10.
30 at 30.
You shouldn't have 30 or 30. I think average right now at 30 years old, you should have about 10.
And how old were they when they lost their virginity?
Factors too.
No, it matters.
It matters.
Listen, we go down this rabbit hole. We gonna be here all night, and that's not what we here for. But I do gotta say, I appreciate y'all even listening and entertaining that episode.
Definitely.
We're gonna talk about that at some point.
No, but I do want to mention something. I know it's because that's not the topic for today, but I do want to mention something that happened today, so it kind of ties in.
Go ahead, bro.
I was I'm a guidance counselor if y'all didn't know, so I work with high school students. So I'm in my office and I'm talking to this young lady, and she's like, if I get paid $1,000, like I have sex with anyone.
Whoa.
She said $1,000. 3 guys, that's $3,000 a week.
Wow.
I looked at her, I said, what? She said,
a high school student.
High school.
Wow.
She said, old man, it don't matter. She said, they just gonna get their little nut off and I'm gonna be straight. I'm gonna be up. I said, like, what has happened in your life that makes you even like think like that? Because I don't want my daughter to think like that at all.
Oh my God, bro.
And she really couldn't answer me. But
if I had hair, it would have fell out right there.
I guess it's the struggle of her really not having, and I had to explain to her, like, I didn't really have anything. She's like, yeah, but I have to keep up this image. I'm like, no, you don't. Like,
that's the times as well. That's also the times. That's
you don't
the times.
have to impress anyone. Like, you don't have to. She said, yeah, people look at me crazy if I don't have more than 3 pair of sneakers. I said, listen, when I was not in high school, but junior high school, I really didn't have anything. And I had what I had in high school. And this is what I'm telling her, because I got a job. Like, I went out there looking for work. She's like, no one want to hire me. Are you even applying? She's not even applying. Like,
what grade is she in?
So
she's a senior.
11, 10,
She's a senior.
She's out the door already.
When I was a senior in high school, bro, I worked more hours than my parents when I was a senior.
It's the pressures of the times. And times are different because even for, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could apply to a job and get jobs when I was growing up. You could have went to temp agencies and got jobs. Like,
that's summer yummy, man.
Yeah. That's the fact. Summer youth was
listen, she got some of youth. Like, she got accepted some youth.
Enough. You've been Instagram.
It's not even that.
You better stack.
She don't want to put in the legwork. She don't want to hand in this, her social, hand in her birth certificate.
Right.
You're stopping yourself from getting where you need to be. And then you're blaming everyone else.
Yes. But I think what Tiff is saying is like, which is a good point, is that it's the times, right? So this is, but it's the same thing we talked about last week's episode, right? We talked like how we grew up with technology and how shit is different now versus then. It's the same thing. So like kids look at it as like, like kids their age is getting certain shit with fast money, you know what I'm saying? However they getting it and whatever. Yeah. So she's like, why the fuck do I have to go and fucking work at Burger King when I could just go
way longer to get that.
But the thing is what's the separation of the next girl that's not doing that though?
But and that's what we told her. She said, because my the other counselor that was with me, he asked her, he's like, can you think of like someone else who's like basically in your situation that has 1 pair of sneakers that could come in every day with 1 pair of sneakers? She named like 4. I'm like, yo, what's the difference between them and you? But no one's really looking at them. Maybe because they might not be as pretty as you, but they might be just as self-conscious as you.
It's a pressure. And so I think about it. I remember I got in trouble with school when I was in about 10th or 11th grade, and this is we talking about like 2000, 2001. So I remember my aunt saying to me, like, you have to do, she was like, basically, what is this? You have to do well in school because you're not pretty enough to marry rich, right? So that stuck with me. Like, I got to go to work. Like, at that time, it was like, you got to finish college. I call it the Bill Cosby era. Like, you had to go to college. You had to get a job. You had to start your career. Like, that was our plan. So I remember, like, years come around and Basketball Wives came out. And I was like, she fucking lied. I'm pretty enough to marry rich, right? But at that time, we didn't see it. I couldn't fathom that I could be in that type of life. So I figured I had to put in the legwork. Fast forward years later, I kind of wish I made different choices because life could have been different now.
But it's crazy because like a lot of time, like when guys say certain shit, it's toxic masculinity, right? But there is such a thing as toxic femininity.
Yeah.
And that right there, like, obviously at that age, you can't tell your aunt, to go fuck off. We raise a certain kind of way, mind our manners. But looking at it now, like, if I was to hear, like, somebody's aunt or somebody my age telling they niece that or whatever, I'll put them to the side. I'm like, you fucking bugging. Because that little thing, right, is it's not only does it hurt them and it breaks their self-esteem and it sticks. Not only, I was going to say it sticks, like, it puts a seed in their mind You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like Inception. Like, oh, I'm never gonna be pretty enough, so I have to go and I have to do this. So I'm not gonna follow my dream. I have to make sure I get enough money because I have to make sure I get a. And then what also happens is now your choices and who you go and you look for getting more narrowed down from what you already probably was looking at. Because you're saying like, yo,
your thought path has changed.
100%, and it's that's crazy that it's starting at home to hear like, yo, women are telling other girls this or whatever. Even what was that Jamaican movie? Dance Hall Queen. You look at something like that, right? But that's right. But that's real life shit. It might not be to that extent, but it is like that conditioning. Like, yo, you got to move this kind of way to do that. And that happens in men too. With men too, like, yo, you got to make sure you have a good job because you got to make sure that you could take care of your woman. You got to make sure you take care of your household. You got to do whatever. So stifling people's dreams, you know. So for us, what happens to a dream deferred? It don't drive like raising the sun. It's just gone.
So with me, it was like anything like that. Anything I hear is more so motivation than it is like to put me down. That's just my personality. Mm-hmm. So growing up in high school, I was probably one of the best dressed. But there was this other kid who we still friends or whatever. He was fly as shit. So I'm here trying to keep up with him. He was scamming and shit. I ain't know nothing about scamming. So I'm here busting my ass working. This nigga scamming every single day. And I'm trying to keep up with him. No, not knowing that he just out here just getting it how he could get it. I'm thinking, you know, he
working, doing what it do.
Not working. I think his parents is up because I know he ain't working. But I'm here 3-4 jobs. I'm doing construction at 16. Like they can report the and I'm just, you know, trying to keep up because my parents they ain't really whatever money they had. It was to pay the bills. Right. Mm-hmm. And whatever little change they could give me, if it's not important, they can't afford to really just give it to me. So I had to work when I was growing up, and like that's not instilled in any of these kids. And I understand like her situation is bad, but like you gotta want better for yourself.
She working, bro. That ain't free. She going to work in a different type of way.
Unfortunately, and that's gonna be. And then
she's not getting $1,000. I'm telling you.
First of all,
I told her today. I said that you might get 5. You might
on a good day.
That's a fact. And I mean, the older they are, the more they're gonna pay. But shit, at this point,
not necessarily because the older they are, the more bills they have.
Nah.
They are.
The older, you know what I mean. When motherfuckers get to the point where they old.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
She had no age limit. Like
that was 99.
99. If you can give me this $1,000, you can have it.
I mean,
That's
but
crazy.
it's crazy because I understand there's a market for that because I often get offered and I'm like, whoa, what the hell? Like I had this white guy. I was walking with my daughter from the park. And it was a nice day, so I had on like biker shorts and a t-shirt or something like that. And he like stopped, and I guess because he was with my daughter, I was with my daughter. He tried to be like respectful about it. So he didn't. When he stopped, he was like, "Hey, have you ever like thought about bartending?" And I was like, "Yeah, I can't handle that mixed drink stuff or whatever." No. So then he was like, "No, I think you should do it, whatever." So I'm like, okay, whatever. He was like, take my number, I have a bartending company or whatever if you want to make extra money. So I'm like, all right, whatever. And then, so I exchanged my number. And before I got up the block, he was like, I'll give you whatever you want. And I was like, from bartending? You know? So it's like a lot of, I have been approached more than once to exchange for sex. I don't, just to make it clear, I've turned it down, but it's a market. I can definitely tell you it's a market. So someone like her probably would have been like, okay, I'm all for it.
Nah, I just need to. No way.
That's.
I need to know like what would make you even think. Like, she couldn't answer it, and I need an answer. I kind of still need an answer.
I
need to know.
Down on your luck. If you don't know her family situation, she feel like she's keeping up with whoever or not keeping up with whoever. Money make a lot of people dick hard.
I mean, she better go rob, scam.
But a lot of people have
other options.
A lot of people.
But is that? But hold on. But is that option better?
I was gonna say, but they're all going to end her up in jail.
But I didn't say because quite honestly, she's probably least likely to get put in jail for some pussy than fucking robbing, scamming.
Technically, she's in the better situation because this is consensual.
Well, she also told the person who thinks that you should be 30 with 5 partners. So the conversation probably would have been different with another person.
Well, anyway, I mean, we can talk about this better.
For the record, it was 2 of us there. And I ain't gonna. From my homeboy said, if I was a girl, I probably would have did it. But like what? Like, What do you mean?
That's crazy.
Hey, for $1,000 is a lot.
Real quick.
I'm not, you know, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm thinking about it now, bro. Back when I was single, college life.
You was paying $1,000?
Whoa. I ain't never in my life. You're bugging. You're bugging. I'm thinking, yo, I could have sold my shit to some shorties.
Wasn't no shorty paying for no.
You bugging. Shorties definitely do be. Y'all.
If it do a trick, not regular one.
Nah. Shorty, trust. Shorties is. You listen, shorties. You
Break
be super surprised.
Exactly why? Because I say that so men pay for it because it ideally is a little bit harder to get.
No,
a man isn't hard to get.
There's people I know that pay for pussies just because that's what they like to do.
Right.
Straight
you know what it is? Because it's just less for them.
It's a transaction.
Right. For them, it's a lot less headache.
Yeah. But it's a whole group. It's a whole club.
I was gonna say that's exactly
membership. All of that.
Yeah,
that's exactly why, like with shorties or whatever, it gets to that. Sometimes it gets to that point because like a lot of shorties, especially ones who are like you mentioned before, like who might just be strictly career driven. Like, yo, I don't have time to be out dating. I don't have time for this. Mingling. I'm just trying to get this, get out of work, clean up, he could pull up, do what to do.
It's called an
get
escort
about the crib,
service, guys.
And
like, let's not pretend escort service do not exist.
Absolutely, in both ways.
I don't know. It never been that serious. Shower heads have multiple settings.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I didn't know what a bag was for a band to join. I'd have been racking in college. I'd have paid them loans off a lot earlier, huh?
It's up to you set your price.
Facts.
I think it's definitely based on the individual. That service wouldn't work for me because I'm very sensitive in that way. I take things really personal in when it comes to like the whole, which is why like I noticed right away what you said. So like I think I would be a horrible escort. Horrible. I'll probably cry. I don't know. I'll start telling you about why I became an escort. Like it wouldn't work.
Man, we ain't paying for all that. We take that. These ain't paying for this. I ain't come here for you to tell me your life story, sweetheart.
Your money back and
seriously,
shit.
that's why I don't go to strip clubs, because I want to give you a speech on why you
I've definitely given a speech or two in the strip club. Absolutely.
Like, baby girl, you don't gotta do this. Like, you know it's more out there than you getting on this pole.
I say that now when she tell you she made like 20K that night. Well, listen,
that's a fact. Oh, she climbed the 5-pole and slid down in some heels and she made 20 bands. Shit.
And you know, some of them are looking at the 9-to-5er like something is wrong with you.
Yeah.
So I mean, to each his own. I know someone who right now who basically is like, I got multiple dudes and they all paying. Fuck feelings. It is what it is. Like I know what I'm doing.
Look, if you
I'm not gonna hold you. Like I started the conversation like in about 10 years you're gonna regret it. You're wasting your good years. You're gonna roll around 36 and all the good men are already settled down. You're gonna wish you were different when you were younger. And
she gonna have the fly whip and the fly crib.
By the end of the conversation, I was like, "Damn, maybe I should be making different choices."
She told you. She said
she drive a Benz. She said someone pays her rent. Someone pays her car note. So by the end of the conversation, I was quiet. I was quiet. Like maybe I'm wrong.
Listen,
that's what
she definitely up 30 plus niggas. I ain't gonna hold you in bodies.
Nah, she might be hitting like
nobody want that. That's what I'm saying.
But how do you know?
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true.
Can you sit back a little bit?
On average.
But you gotta. Here's what you have to understand. Not every female wants a fairy tale. Want to be settled down. Some chicks want that type of life. Like
you
that's
say
what
he look at women on a higher pedestal. So
I put women at a higher standard.
So I said to you earlier.
No, don't. No, you should.
How you feel? How you feel? We're not
a good guy.
No, I'm not saying that
great guy.
They don't exist, but just be realistic about shit. Be realistic. You gotta be down to earth about that too, and know that.
No, I know.
Yeah, that's not what he's saying. He's saying
no. See, I get it twisted. I know. I'm always 31 back in my day, but I know it's possible. But I feel like you should set yourself at a better standard.
Absolutely.
Than just letting any and everybody.
So, are you saying that? She's less of a woman if that happened, because what if that was a time she grew past it and she was all of those things, right?
And does that
and
apply
now
to men
she's
as well?
learned from it.
It doesn't apply to men.
Up, conversation, don't argument, don't know.
So let's fast forward. Say now I'm an older woman, closer to 40. Am I less of a woman because I had that run?
I commend you. Yes, I commend
me,
you.
what?
Not you, but you know, the woman. I commend her. But it doesn't make her less of anything. It's just you're not for me. This is just my
Because what do
standard.
you feel at that point?
So now she's just gonna lie to you and tell you she's only had
Listen.
Let's not cancel. Let's
Like,
switch
come
gears.
on.
We talk about this later.
Not even, but listen, at the end of the day, everybody has their preference of who they want or what they would like.
much.
Right.
He just happens to not want somebody who got 30 bodies at 30. And some people might be okay with it. And, you know, that's to them. Whatever you like, you
Tell
like.
you she got 30 bodies.
right. If she know that up front,
Listen,
she's gonna lie.
I want y'all to know how small.
Are people
Brooklyn
even
is.
asking that at this age now?
I don't even care.
Bro,
Right.
let's not even
Right.
talk about how small Brooklyn is. Let's talk about how small just
This
the
world
world is,
is.
bro.
Right.
So I may not. You may tell me 10, but along the line, I'm gonna figure out that it's way more than 10.
Unless you're searching though.
Not necessarily.
It's not
You're looking
searching.
for
What
it.
Drake said in the in that song, the way you hug me is like, yeah, like
That's
I'm
type of
Song,
hugs
man.
and-
That doesn't
yeah,
you know what-
you know
but
them
he's
type,
speaking
you know
for
them
us.
type of hugs. When you see some, like, you could be with somebody and you see your mans or your mans and they looking at her like, yeah, we used to run through that. You could tell, bro.
Wow.
Well, I mean, again, there are a lot of factors.
But there's the difference between being ran through.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Right.
That's why I said wow.
Because there's
Like,
some,
that's
there's
a
some,
little dramatic.
there's some shorties who can accumulate the 15 in a weekend. And that's that all calm year, depending on how he lives. But listen,
that's a heavy year.
listen,
That is
2020
heavy.
was heavy for a lot of people. But listen, at home, listen, at the end of the day, listen, we banter and whatnot. We're not here to judge. If you got 30 at 30, that's your life. Live your life. Live your truth. It is what it is. It just so happened that's not Steve's preference. But Steve ain't on the market, so we don't make a difference anyhow.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we outside.
Just judge.
But more importantly, right? I seen a poll the other day. It was not even the other day. It might have been like yesterday. My days have been confused when I'm off. Anyhow, they're like, yo, somebody was ranking best Father's Day gifts versus worst Father's Day gifts.
They still
And
giving out socks.
And being as Father's Day's coming up, we need to let the people know what's the worst Father's Day gifts that y'all can think of.
Socks.
Or received.
Socks.
What if you
Still
had your
giving
kids'
out
faces
socks?
on
But
it?
wait, socks period or what kind of socks?
Keep it.
Yeah, keep
Nah,
it.
I take those.
No.
Your kid's
What?
face?
Nah.
I got too many socks. You probably got too many socks.
But
That's why you can't fucking match them shits.
Yeah.
I found it.
Don't get me wrong. If you give me a good ass, just not in a lot. If you give me just not the first of all, not only my gift. That's not the
I
only
ain't gonna
fucking
front. I get
gift.
some designer socks. I ain't
Yeah, if you give me some, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly.
I ain't
If you give me some,
tripping.
if you give me some
Alright,
designer
look.
socks, or
Alright, it's my
white
favorite.
beaters. Even ain't no designer white beaters. I'm not wearing
I'm
those.
not paying for no designer white, but that's fucking stupid. But the socks,
No, it comes better than Fruit of Loom, though.
What do you
It
mean?
don't gotta be designer, but Fruit of the Loom ain't it? How do you say that?
Hanes, give me Hanes.
Fruit of
What
Loom.
if my shit is
I
tagged?
don't like Hanes
That's a
either.
bad gift. Either.
I don't
Either
like
way,
Hanes.
that's a
Don't
bad
give me
gift.
that for
Why?
Father. Don't give me that for
Yeah,
Father's
you got
Day.
to-
They just
Day.
go
No,
get that.
that's need like that's your weekend shopping. Pick them up some drawers and
Yeah.
socks.
That's a
You
fact.
going out
I'm
for
about to say,
Day,
should be
get that out.
But if you
That's
give me a
typically
brand
a
new
part of my
pair of some
starter
good
gift
ass
when I
dry
date
fit for the
somebody.
summer, the low joints.
Nah, but
You know what I mean?
Nah, but so I feel though with the gifting thing, right? It really, really depends on the type of person the man is.
That's a fact.
Because like we saying no to socks, but there's some people that would greatly appreciate the socks. Like,
Did y'all
no
know
problem.
that's the number one thing homeless people need?
You saw that commercial too. I did.
No.
No, I didn't see the commercial. I don't know where I got it from, but it's a commercial. But nah, it wasn't no commercial. This is a commercial?
Yeah, he said they give a sock for every sock you buy.
Who shit was
Nah.
that?
Now
I
that you
didn't
say
see
that,
it.
I think I remember.
Yeah, I don't
But
remember what.
I ain't see the commercial.
Nah, but I know why you saying it.
I used to work with the homeless population, but I never really noticed it until like I got older. But like socks is what they that's they go to because
They on their feet most of the time.
yeah, and they don't
And
have
then people who come in with no shoes, because sometimes I also work with the homeless population,
yeah. So
and they
socks.
don't have anything like so. Socks is the only thing we can, because like you may be a size 13, we ain't got size 13 just laying around.
That's a
Yeah,
fact.
socks, you gonna
You
fit
know,
these
so we
joints.
have so much socks on.
Give them
So,
socks
alright,
out.
so back to
So
the
socks is worse, right?
So
don't
what?
give me no ties. Don't
No,
give
socks
me.
is not work. We took that off the
Oh.
list because if you get some designer socks,
Oh,
that's
God.
fine.
Right,
I get
So
some
good
designer
socks.
That's the white
Asterisk.
beaters. White beaters is the worst.
But she also saying that it's the socks can't just be
Let's
the
see
only
what
gift.
we see
though.
what you about. We see what you about.
Yeah,
We see what you about.
I'm up in it.
I ain't want to say
Yeah, he's there
it, but
up in
since
it.
Up
you
in
said
it.
it,
You gotta up it with me.
because
Cause I'm gonna up it for you.
Says
So you gotta up it for
the
me.
guy with a casual Dior shirt on. Just it's it's running outside.
peeped what I peeped long time. And just
Yeah, nah, that's
calmly came
It's
here
like
with the
King.
problem.
I know I'm
and
playing, bro.
and all that.
I have the same fucking shirt.
See, you ain't the same boat.
So if it's designer socks, you're accepting it. Anything else?
But can designer socks be your only gift, or it's still not your only gift?
No.
Then what's the point?
No, we were just saying what we were talking about. We just want going on the list of what the worst are.
No socks, no tie.
No. The white beaters, the socks is cool. I'll take a tie. I work.
The thing is, like yesterday, it depends on the person. I think the case of the worst.
What do you want, Styles?
Damn, why y'all put it on me?
You started speaking.
I don't know. I'm not really.
I'm
the most not needy person.
I don't care about being needy.
So I wouldn't even know.
What would you like?
What's the
you gotta make a list right now.
If you got something for Father's Day this year, what would it be?
You can pick it. There's no cap. There's no bag. There's no bag. There's no cap on the bag. Nothing. No crazy. You know, she ain't gotta buy you a car. Nothing.
I bet you whatever you want. I don't want it. But go ahead.
I can't think of it honestly. I'll have to come back to you.
Socks.
I have to get back to you because whatever I want, I buy myself. Right. So it's not like a
But that's what I'm saying.
We all do though.
That's the problem. We talking about that's the problem why we can't get the shit we want.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why I gotta stop spending my own money. Goddamn it!
You don't want to spend your money on.
So it doesn't have to be material item. What is something? It could be a day or like something.
Matter of fact, we were just talking about this like 2 weeks ago, right? So we was like, what did we say the shit was? Oh, all right. Remember, all right, so his schedule. We both work. We all have crazy work schedule, right? But he was like, "Yo, you was telling me that you have a certificate to get a massage, but because of work, you can never book it. So you be tight.
Yeah.
So for me, like that, like if I can, like, I don't want this no bullshit Swedish massage for 60 minutes.
No.
Give me the fucking full
you
package.
Need the whole day.
I want you to rub my fucking temples.
You need to work.
Yeah, I'm saying all of that. Put the hot stones. All that shit.
Okay, so this is
that's a great gift. That's a great gift.
That's a great gift. That's a fire gift.
A gift don't have to be this material. It could be.
That's what I'm saying. A gift like I want to say last year, the year before that, the gift that I gave my lady was a coupon book. I made a coupon book and it was like coupons in there.
With that book.
She
fucked up.
Yeah, it was like
she wasn't happy about it.
No, she loved the book. What I'm saying is,
she's a couponer.
Yeah,
so mad shit in there.
No. The coupon book only lasts a year. You only get it to you. Whatever's in there, you get to use it for a year. So one of the stuff was like a free car wash. I wash a car for free. I fill up a tank. It was one of the most expensive stuff on it. Well, now that I think about it, I should have just loaded a little bit because it was one coupon for $300, another one for $5, and when you hand me two at the same time, like,
no, you gotta.
I gotta get you a bag.
No. You gotta put the fine print at the bottom. Nah. Only one coupon at a time. You can't cross promo.
Yeah, but
like they do
1 week, the next week is
see, you don't want a month.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's really cute. That's
something like that.
What you see, think what you say. All right, so what you just said, right? It isn't necessarily about the monetary part, right? It's not about, it cost me a lot. But you put a lot of thought into what that thing's going to be.
What it is,
that's the most, I think, special part of gift giving, the thoughtfulness behind it.
For me, 100%. I wholly agree with you. And for me personally, 1,000%, right? So like my lady knows me. Like if I want some shit, the only reason I don't buy myself some shit, like if I put something in my cart that I'm debating. So it'll be in the cart. I go back on my browser. I look at it. And I'm like,
I hate doing that because then it gets sold out.
Nah. I mean, certain shit.
Yesterday that said, I'm no longer stalling in my cart because money will come back. That item will not. I'm going with that.
That's one way to look at it.
I need to start thinking like that because I miss out on a lot of stuff.
Certain shit, like if it's a certain amount, like the other thing, I have something in my cart right now. It's like $1,100. I'm like, I know I can do a lot more with my $1,100 right now, but I know I do want this. So it's in my cart from today. So if tomorrow I feel like I'm gonna spend it, I'll fucking spend it. But now the problem is, anytime when people are like, big gifts, Father's Day gifts, Christmas gifts or whatever, she has a hard time because she's like, the shit we talked about, you went and you fucking ordered it. So now a package came in the crib. So sometimes I gotta restrain myself, like,
just wait, give it some time.
But what you also said was,
females, we can't give y'all money. Like
why
it's
not?
like
why?
We can't.
Give me an envelope with 2 bands. I've
never thought to give money.
I'll cry if you give me an envelope with 2 bands.
I throw him events. I buy him things.
If you give me an envelope with 2 bands, just make sure they're all blue for $100.
That's definitely what I would do.
We gonna slap. I'm about to slap some shit tonight.
Singles. It's either hundreds.
Now don't give me all singles, bro.
So it's a question for both of y'all to answer. Either can go first. What gifts have y'all gifted someone for Father's Day? I want to know what. I say you give him a gift and you know that was some bullshit gift, but you still gave it. You know what I'm saying? This like here, and I want to know what was the best gift. So the worst and the best for both of y'all.
Well, I don't have kids.
You don't have to.
But I don't like. My dad passed 10 years ago, so it's like.
You never get nobody.
He got bullshit. And then my stepdad, I would say like, I don't know. I can't really.
Last year. How did you do last year?
I didn't give out any gifts. I haven't given out gifts for Father's Day, honestly, in a long time.
Okay.
All right, so is there a reason why you haven't?
Well, like, my family was very close. And then, like, after my dad and my uncle passed away, everybody just kind of, like, you know. So, I don't really have anybody to give gifts to other than, like, my stepdad. And I just take him out most of the time.
Okay. Take him out
on
to, like,
Father's Day, but,
right.
you know.
But, all right, so when you do take him out, right, so, like, where do you take him? Or what do you just take him out to?
He's so simple. He's so laid back.
Yeah, my dad, too.
He's so, like, I usually pick the place. He don't care.
And she's really great at picking. Like, she know the spot. She's a go-to person.
And I try to pick the place according to the person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where do you take a Jamaican Rasta? You know?
Footprints.
No. The last time we went out, we went to Peaches. I'm not vegan. I'm pescatarian. No, he's not. But, you know, so it's like.
He's Rasta for style.
Right.
Okay.
Got you.
So, I think when it comes to the person, like you guys said, like, it's all about the person and what they like. So, like, for my husband, for his birthdays, I've done party bus, I've done yachts, I've done, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a gifter. So, like, it's not, I'm not just going to wait for Father's Day.
Are those things like surprises, or is like you also like.
It's almost always a surprise. I may ask a question. I may ask, like, do you want a specific person or people there? Or do you prefer it on a Saturday or Sunday? But other than that, I handle everything.
Okay. So that's a good point. Like, what you just mentioned, like, I feel like a lot of times what happens is, because I feel like Father's Day sneaks up on women.
Yeah.
It sneaks up. It's like, oh, shit, next week's Father's Day.
Yeah,
right, but for fellas, I'm like, as soon as Christmas is done, Valentine's Day is done, you're in your hot chat, be like, yo, I'm sending y'all, look, bro, they got this shit on sale, or this shit is coming out. Like,
but
we send this shit to each other.
Extravagant all
no,
the
it isn't. No, you're right. It is like, but
like, because I feel like I feel like men, the level of spoiledness that they incorporate in their women, so now it has a certain level of expectations, right? So it's like you said, from Christmas, now you're starting up. So it's like there's levels to everything, and if we're gifting and doing things all throughout the year, Mother's Day could be so simple.
No, don't get me wrong. Like, so
let me ask you a question. What did you get your lady for Mother's Day this year?
So hold on, real quick, before you answer that. So with you, I agree, right? And that's why I feel like the thought process is what's really important, because yes, sometimes we do spoil. Oftentimes we do spoil, right? But I've also learned in my relationship where like money cannot buy everything. Like, yeah, you can buy them the most expensive shit in the world, whatever. But like you said, the thought, and that's why I'm asking you before, right? The thought for me is what's most important, because I can get her some shit that she might have needed. Like, she had needed like one year she had bought a iMac or whatever for her, because she was going back to school and all that kind of stuff. But she needed like a mouse, she needed a second monitor, she needed USB. So I went and I bought like all like those things, those small things she wasn't thinking about. And she was fucking lit. She's like, oh shit, I got my mouse, I got my gel my thingy, so I don't get the carpet tunnel, all that kind of stuff or whatever. This year, what did I get for Mother's Day? Matter of fact, so you see when shout out to my boy Chicken, when he had sent the Brooklyn cars shits to the chat. I bought them for myself. I buy all the cars. We all buy all the cars shits. Cars, right? Okay. So I bought them and came in the crib. Like, yo, I fucking love them. I want them. I sent her the link. I'm like, yo, buy this shit right now. Obviously, she never bought them shits. So I went. They re-released. I bought her all the car shirts. She had wanted some new pajamas for the house. She wanted some little. So I remember she was on get her body right. Shout out to you, babe. You know I'm coming home today. So I bought her some dope polo pajamas. You
don't go home every day?
I do.
I'm just checking. Go ahead.
Every day, every night, except when I work nights, right? So I bought her to the car shirts, the polo pajamas.
The little doll things.
Yeah.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
I didn't know what y'all was talking about. But
some pajamas, and then so for Christmas I had bought her a Gucci belt. But I'm like, yo, like the way women's bodies are when y'all wear belts, the back squinches up or whatever case may be. I'm like, yo, I don't want you to.
Mean she got booty, mine don't squinch.
I'm starting to hear that. That's what that means. So I'm like, I don't want her to be wearing like, it's a black belt. I'm like, I don't want her to wear this belt all the time. Like, give her options or whatever. So I bought her another polo belt or whatever, which is just as nice.
everyday
But
belt.
yeah, every day you can wear this every single day. It's not gonna whatever it can be. So shit that I know like she needs or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
That was
exactly. So
thoughtful.
thinking about exactly. So for Valentine's Day, I bought her a couple of Telfair bags. So I got them on.
Is this what I'm saying? Like, it's just everything. I don't know. Everything is just on fucking steroids to me. I just feel like everything is a gift, and it's a gift, and something. Like, I don't know. I'm not that female. I don't need you to gift me all day long, every day, for every event,
all day long.
every holiday.
But
I don't know what I'm getting
from it. I'm
real quick.
actually getting very emotional listening to y'all speak.
I love receiving things.
Well, for me,
but
real quick before I finish, I know you guys have some right. For mine is twofold, right? So like, I like holidays. Of course, I'm gonna do right with my I do it for my family. Like, I get it for my daughter. My daughter got Telfair bags too. Like you get nice things for their family for holidays because one, I'm teaching my daughter how to be treated by a man.
Absolutely.
And secondly, I'm letting my wife know, like, yo, at the end of the day, like,
You're
even
appreciated.
how. Exactly, like I
I'm
appreciate
here
you.
yeah.
Exactly. So you're gonna like even the things you didn't think about, you wanted or whatever, you're gonna get them. It might not cost $1,000. It might cost $10, but I'm putting thought into what I want to get you. But on the other end too, right? I get her things on the regular, just because it's like it's Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? It's not like,
Right,
oh
so
man,
that's
like, you
my
gotta
thing.
get
I
something
don't know
because it's
if
the holiday.
Social media or what, but it just seems like it's a lot of pressure on men to be a certain type of way, and I'm just like, that's not right.
But it's not pressure if you got it. Clearly, he got it. It's pressure if you don't have it and you feel like that's what you need to do.
Yeah, I agree with her. So
It's also
with me,
pressure
it's
if you don't.
But it's pressure also coming.
Yeah,
Sorry,
both
but
ways.
real quick, but it's also pressure because I know, right? It's pressure, like you mentioned, but
He's the
social
Brandon
media. A little bit. Well, you watch. Shout out to House of Athlete, man. Y'all gotta send us an invite to that. It's pressure because it also is pressure. Because social media does give us like a pressure to it, but also too, social media gives women a pressure where they feel like, all right, even if my guy might not have it, but I'm seeing this constantly all the time. So every shorty's getting a Louis bag. So if he doesn't get me a Louis bag, then now all of a sudden the nigga I love forever, he ain't shit because he ain't get it because basketball wives all they got.
Please don't make
It
that a
shouldn't
woman
be.
thing. I think
Yeah,
that's definitely a
that's-
No,
Yeah,
I'm saying the women. I'm just saying from the women's
okay.
perspective that women can sometimes do that based off of social media. So the point that y'all
my
mentioned.
first bag, so.
I want a Rolex. I ain't get it yet.
Me too.
Yeah, listening to what you guys are saying, it making me feel emotional because we have this conversation all the time about like needing a man versus wanting a man, and I find it hard to say that I need a man. But when I hear all the things that you're doing, not even on a material aspect, but just like catering to simple needs, I'm sitting here like, damn, maybe I do need a man because it's just like. Right now, simple things like I'm working out. I need gloves. I need this, but it's way on the back burner right now because of some of the things that I need to put first. So like I'm remodeling. My grandmother passed in November. I took over her apartment. I'm remodeling it. So there's so many things on the back that are priority that like it wouldn't even be about, oh, he bought me this. It would really touch me if like I woke up to like those gloves. Yeah. You know, I guess they just
I don't get on that bandwagon. I
like
don't need no man because I need my man and I don't play that shit.
Right. Little things like that.
Dudes like around, like just talk to real quick.
I mean that I need one that's obligated.
No, I need a few right now.
No, I need one that's obligated because you can have many in there. When I get annoyed, or it's that time of the month, I cut everybody off. Like I wake up one day and everybody go, bye. Because obviously if you have 4, they're not giving you their all. You're getting a percentage. And that's not enough. So I'd rather have one person who really, really cares, who values me.
So what's the holdup?
What was that, episode 2 or 3? The prospects. There aren't many prospects.
Nah,
what are you looking at?
that's what I say.
That's the thing.
See, that's a whole nother
It's
conversation.
the way
Yeah.
you're looking. Also,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
Here we
saying.
go. I don't like the word looking. I'm sorry if I
That's
get
all right.
you. Looking, like looking.
That's the thing I say too. 'Cause
I'm not fishing.
When you looking though, you can always find a man, and you always can find a
You
girl.
can always find a man.
So the reality is, you can just be like, all right, she's cute, well, she's gonna be my girl. But then you can't just say you're looking for a man, and then next thing you know, anybody could be a man, but they ain't
it's
the right
not gonna
person.
come your way. It's not gonna just like knock on your door and go, "Hey, I'm here for you." Like, you know,
It's not, but
But it can.
it's probably big.
But it can.
So don't get me wrong.
It could be the mailman.
So to me, this
It
is.
could be it can. Like I'm not trying to even be funny, but it really can.
But it
happen
really
like that.
cannot be sometimes because here's the issue with that. I think this was the 3rd episode, and I had to take a break after this episode. I was ready to just shut the whole live shit down because I was low key pissed off at the conversation. But it's like yes, if I wanted to be with someone right now, I probably can. But that would mean that I'm just focusing on the idea that I don't have a man and I need one so bad. Like I feel like when you're looking at a lot of different factors, it's way harder. So it's not enough for me to so I have been single for a long time. I listen to a lot of people who are in relationships. It's like if you don't have children and you're closer to 40 now, you already have a list of all the things you don't want based on what you've seen. So I pay attention to how a person looks. I pay attention to like how they think, how they communicate. Do we tick? Because what's happening to me is like I don't want to get with a person and then I'm dealing with what I'll hear like a couple deal with when you can clearly hear the problem is that their personalities just don't match. Mm-hmm. And I feel like people ignore a lot of those factors and whether or not they're compatible with a person just to be with someone. And I don't want to do that because when I am with someone, I want it to be fire. And I don't know if that's as unrealistic as what you said, but that's what I want it to be. So I want it to be fire.
To actually be with someone is always the dating process. You got to get to know this person. So you're not just gonna boom, we go out.
You may be expecting too much
from the jump.
So early.
I mean, that might be it. I suck at all of that kind of stuff. I don't really know how to play the game. I definitely, if I like you, I love you, and I definitely feel like after the first thing that goes left, I'm like, yeah, this is not gonna work.
See, what works for me? Yeah, she is a runner. She attracts. So what works for me, and it may work for other people, but it definitely works for me. Like in my relationship, we hardly have any issues because I know her past. She know my past. We were just
so sweet. You just like a teddy bear. You're so sweet. I know. You're the sweet asshole, ain't you?
The
That's
thing
what
is,
he said.
I'm a Kappa, so. Like,
what that mean? Like
the fraternity.
Oh, okay.
So it's just certain. I'm a Sagittarius too, so that makes it even.
Earlier, I was just gonna say, are you a Sag? When he said I was an asshole, and I just knew he was a Sag.
So like the fraternity, it mold us into like men. Like I can say it mold us into like good men. So that plays a part. I mean, I could be an asshole. I know I could be an asshole.
So that's why I think I'm single, because I never left Brooklyn. Kill me dead on my grave. I swear to God, the only reason I'm not married is because I didn't go away to college.
No,
I'll tell you that all the time.
My ladies from Brooklyn, we used to go to junior high school together. That's not.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what I did. Maybe I do know what I did wrong. I was dating
I think the only difference in terms of like going away to college, right, is just experiencing in
different people
and being in different social settings around different people and kind of learning. Because like yesterday was one of my best friend's birthday. Shout out to my boy T. I met him in college. I was a senior. He was a freshman, right? And my other best friend and his older brother went to Van Buren and Queens together, and so we just cultivated a strong friendship. Like the four of us who went to college together, me, Rob, Al, Tanel, like we're brothers to this day. Like we're godparents to each other's kids. You know what I'm saying? When somebody buys a house, we're supportive, we help them to the project, like all of that stuff or whatever. So I think college, the only thing it really does for me that's more important than, getting that fucking piece of paper is learning different sorts of relationships and getting around different people. Because like you mentioned, you never really left Brooklyn, right? And so you're gonna go to the same places to meet the same people.
Right.
You're gonna be in the same social settings or whatever. So and the definition of crazy is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So if you're around the same set of people, the same group of friends who bring around the same sort of guys or attract the same sort of guys, that's all you're gonna be exposed to. But if you decide to say, listen, I'm gonna stop going to Brooklyn parties, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start maybe hanging around in the city a little bit more often, or I'm gonna go to Jersey, or maybe I'm going to start doing different sort of clubs. Join a book club, a cooking club, whatever it is. Being around different social settings.
My soulmate is definitely not in Brooklyn.
No, but then again, though, being Jewish conditioned in that, like Brooklyn, in that, these kind of guys you met, when you do meet somebody that's not acting like those type of guys, you tend to probably not. Like you said.
I shut it down from the jump. I'll look at you and know you don't have a chance.
Exactly. See, and that can be a problem. Like that
you
right
gotta
there.
Be more open and willing to just accept.
Says you?
No, okay. I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you to go out and sleep with this nigga. But what I'm saying is, you gotta be willing to get to know him. Like everyone is not perfect. It's gonna be something about every guy.
I
am
that you willing to get to know the ones that I like.
That's what I'm saying. The ones listen. Try to accept the ones that shooting they jump shot in your DMs that you just scrolling past. Like, let them take you out. What does it hurt?
It's a handful of people that I know their story, and it's like from the beginning, it was like boom. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't really know all of these fairy tales because she's been living in a fairy tale like our whole life. So
So with me, it was and everybody's story is probably different. Like my lady, we went to everybody's story is different. We went to junior high school together. She was curving. I liked her in junior high school, but she was curving me since junior high school. Like she
that's
curved
why
me.
You wanted her. I think anytime
maybe that's why I wanted her. But she curved me. You know,
consistent.
She actually lived up the block and was still curving me. Like we would leave school. We would go to her crib. I would have to stay outside because, I wasn't as cool as my other homeboys. They got to go inside. I was still getting curved, but it didn't stop me. Because, you feel me? At the end of the day, I didn't know if she would have been my soulmate. But, as time progressed, as we got older, we reconnected. And that was that. But other than that, it was a point where she threw a shot into my DM. That's how we got together. She hit me up on Snapchat because it deletes. She didn't want her nigga to see. She didn't want her nigga to see. So it deletes.
It was vanish mode before vanish mode.
So and then from there we just kind of connected. I just got out of a relationship and it was just perfect timing. And then
I think that's what it is too. Because me and my lady, like I knew her like 10, 11 years. We never thought we was gonna be anything or nothing because she thought.
Although y'all did make a promise to have kids with each other.
We was like, yo, around 27 come, we was gonna just have kids. Fuck it, and no matter what's going on in our life, we was gonna just do it. And, like it was just we said this like probably like 8 years prior. I was like, oh yeah, that's wild. Like that's so wild to say. But like when we first met, like she like we was always so cool throughout the years up and like until we started getting serious. But like I would never thought like this would be the woman I was gonna
me
spend.
either.
Like I didn't think but that's I just feel that's how it played out and the timing how everything happened just like all laid down together and it just worked. And then also now we got so cool like how we is now together and everything and like the best thing that we do that's great that we mesh so well with everything. So
right, I need honestly. I always say like, if I could think about a person I'd marry, it'd be Krissy. So I want the male version of whatever we have, and if it's less than that, it's just not gonna work. And I don't.
It might not be like that.
But Tiff, you act like we didn't like.
Yeah, but we still.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
so when you went that way with
to
Krissy,
like
y'all came back together. You probably going this way with this other nigga, and you just leave him that way. You understand?
Right. If I like you, I'll sway with you. The problem is that I possibly
you ain't swaying far enough. You like
I feel like the people
tilt.
that I've liked, and Carissa can speak to that. There wasn't that like long sense of longevity with them. They were like poor choices. So like. I wasn't gonna be able to sway with my baby daddy. That was.
All right, so let me ask you this, right? So you said that those were poor choices, right? Mm-hmm. So now the choices that you're making now, do you feel like you're making smarter choices?
Nah.
So you're making the same choice. So you're crazy.
Insane.
Oh God.
Insanity, doing the same shit.
I'm saying because if you're not making any different choice. You're not making any different choice. You can't expect a different result.
I thought we were talking about
the reason you say it. So and the reason I say it with the sway, right? So like when I first met my fiance, right? When we first started talking or whatever, she was like, yo, I can't really see myself because she was into like pretty boys. Motherfuckers with like long hair. Obviously, I was bald and I had no hair. You know what I'm saying?
You wasn't bald then.
Nah,
I was bald then. You was getting bald.
Yeah, that's I said balding. All right, like Spalding.
But opposite attract though. Definitely.
No, but not even something I was opposite. But like, so my demeanor. And I tell my friends this all the time. Like when I was out and I was single, whatever. Cause I'm like, yo, don't. If you're gonna try to put me on somebody, don't tell them like about me like that. Just like, yeah, I got my man. She's cool. Whatever. See what's up. Because a lot of time when you tell people like what somebody has. What you're looking for changes. Like, oh, he got his own crib, he got his own car, he got his own child, that kind of shit. Like, oh shit, it might be a little different out here. You know what I mean? He might not fall into like cookie cutter what I want, but I'm gonna give it more effort. But if you don't know it, you got to now figure it out. And that's the same what we did. I did with my fiance. Though, taking her out, kicking it or whatever. And she was like, yo, every time I see you got a different fucking pair of sneakers on. What the fuck?
Gotta
I'm
show
like,
off, baby.
I'm like, not
That's
even.
normal.
Hold on, real quick. But
That's probably not what she's used to though.
right, that's what I'm saying. But for me, it was like, cause we was going out like 3-4 times a week or whatever. 'Cause I was single. I was going to work in the morning, whatever, going out constantly. So as we get to know each other, and now like 8 years later, we're engaged. But if she would have had the same mentality, like, yo, like, it's not what I'm accustomed to, so, you know what I'm saying? Exactly, I'm not even going to give it a chance.
So
she would have been, it wouldn't have happened. So what I'm saying to you, Tiffy, is like, if everything that has failed in the past before, and it's the same shit that you're looking for, it's doomed to fail because it isn't them, it's what you're choosing to look for.
So wait, to be clear, I do. So this is the question I was going to ask. I was going to ask: is it something that the woman did, or were you ready for that situation? Because I don't look for the same things. I feel like the experiences are like the same, but I do look for more quality in or different things.
All right. So think it's like you're putting your net in the same small pool, and you're pulling out. All right, this one might be a little bit shorter. This one might be a little bit wider, but you're casting your net in the same exact pool. So now when you're pulling them out, you're like, all right, is it this? Is it that? So now what you nitpicking is very minuscule to the bigger picture or whatever.
That makes sense. That makes sense. But to my question, were you all, when you met your person, ready for a relationship? Because I feel like when I meet a lot of men, they typically start with, I'm not ready for a relationship.
I don't set expectations on nothing.
Yeah, I don't. It takes time. It never really happens. Honestly, and I was telling them the other day, me and my lady, we didn't get into a relationship until I found out she was pregnant.
Okay.
So throughout this time, and everyone is different. Throughout this time, when I was talking to her, I was talking to other girls too, because I'm single. You understand? She's different. She realized and knew I was talking to other girls, but she didn't care. She made it about her. Like, anytime we hung out, I would be texting other girls. She would look at it, but her attitude never changed. Yeah, you would have
woke up like, okay, we're not on the same page, but we are. Have a nice day.
We're both single. Like this. You're thinking we're together, so that's why you.
I'm not.
That's why you wouldn't have said.
So most recently, yesterday I sent one of those like all the best texts, right? Because if I ever text you, you answer, right?
Shit.
Whose mama is you?
So
what?
So
fuck what's going on in my life.
No,
yeah.
Hold on, this.
Got it right back.
I got 2 seconds.
So listen, no, you have a 24-hour grace period.
24 hours.
And I also think it's about how you come back, etc. And how many times. So like, I don't like that. It makes me feel awkward because now I feel like I have to choose violence because I feel like you are not.
How did we get here?
The word is choose.
So
how did we get violence?
So wait, I feel like you're not respecting me, and then I don't like that. I don't like that. I feel awkward in that moment because now I feel like fuck you. I shouldn't have texted you. So then, if I have to feel like that multiple times, it's a problem.
That's a fact.
Go ahead. Let Brother Styles speak.
Preach to the choir.
Let Brother Styles speak to the congregation.
Listen to y'all for a minute. The main thing I caught that you said is that you want somebody like your friend. You're never gonna find somebody like that person.
Hello, because I'm fucking one of a time, my nigga.
Let him know. Let him know.
Yeah, you are. But the reality is, you ain't gonna ever find nobody like your homegirl.
Right.
Just like I will never be. I think any of us dudes will say, "Yo, I want my lady to be like my man's."
That sounds different.
Of course it does. But I'm comfortable with my sexuality, so I don't mean that kind of way.
Right.
It's just like, yo, I want somebody like Chris. I could talk to her, but guess what? You never could do that because you have a relationship with her. No, you can't.
I feel like my lady, I mesh with her. We vibe. Like, I could tell her anything. She look at big butts. I look at big butts. We both look at big butts.
But we ain't talking about that. We talking about other aspects.
So
of certain
you tell
things.
her if would you run to her if God forbid, because I think it's financial with y'all. Like y'all like to most men pride in being able to provide. So if you lost your job and you didn't know how the future was going to be, would you still feel comfortable to run to her and tell her that?
Yeah, if I lost my job,
some men say they don't know
I got into some shit and they just fired me.
But that's the least.
What we gonna do?
But I hear a lot of men say they don't know how to tell their women that.
I'm gonna hide it.
See, I'm
gonna be home.
We're doing it in 12 hours.
But the reality, what you said is like the thing is like your homegirl, like you say, all right, he called me. or I ain't calling back in the day, do you get mad at your friends when your friend don't call you back within 24 hours?
No, because this is my point.
No, because
we're secure.
Yeah, what's the because?
We're secure. If we just met, you can't do that shit.
But nobody
because
be
I don't know.
But you
You don't know. You don't owe you shit.
But nobody
just met.
You don't owe you shit.
What am I texting you back for?
So soon.
No. Wow.
Listen, you gotta understand. Some guys, just as much as you don't want to look thirsty, we don't want to look thirsty. Let's just make her.
No, but all right, and
He
just
might-
like, excuse me, you know who type of woman I am. Here's the real issue. So wait, here's the real issue. The person has his receipts on. So I also saw that you read my shit.
No. I'm gonna tell
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna tell you exactly right
I
now.
will say I've read your message, my mom's, my husband's, whoever. And if I'm in the middle of something, how many times have I forgot? Like I'm in a meeting, I see it, but I can't respond.
Yeah,
and
but
I come
that's
out the meeting
not
and I forget to
consistently.
respond.
That's not. We've
But
known.
you just met the person though, so of course it's not gonna be
Wow,
consistent.
I don't. Well, see, I told y'all I suck. I have a
But
problem with that.
The thing is
So
that
I definitely sent the hey.
I think the problem is
if you don't cut me off, don't give me the best wishes. Just cut me
No,
off.
because what the narrative ain't gonna be. You left me on red. That's
So
not
you
gonna
have
be
to
the
have the last
narrative.
word.
Right.
You know what the?
So now I got
He gonna say, but he gonna say
that ain't gonna be the narrative. Oh, I left Shorty on red.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
So I'm
You got
like,
a style.
what happens is that you putting people on a standard, but you can't put a stranger on a standard because you have to see what that person is. You gotta let the person show you who they are before you start putting them on a standard.
Oh, you showed me who you are.
Nah, but the reality is, it's just like a guy now. I always say to any guy that's dating, yo, you go with a chick and you go bring flowers on the first date. Be prepared to bring flowers regularly. So if that man is coming to you bring you flowers on your first date, then he made a standard now.
Right, and
But
this
then-
ain't gonna
but
be the
you-
standard
but-
of the situation. You leaving me on
But
red,
you made
so
your,
you gotta go.
No, you made your standard though. You didn't even give him his chance to make his standard.
No, because whatever the problem is in the beginning is continuous. Problem.
Nah,
now.
not even.
says a
No,
problem?
Tiff,
But
Tiff,
that's what I'm saying. You stuck in your way.
know,
no, Tiff. Hold on.
Once you get to that point where you guys are together, then you can address.
I didn't address it. I made it about me.
You just cut them off.
Nah. Real talk. You know what? I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm not gonna say it's a
You hear
problem.
what you is.
I'm not gonna call it a problem. I'm just gonna say what everybody in the room is reading. Right? Is your ego tripping? Because what you're doing is saying that, yo, I'm better than this nigga, so these niggas gotta come to me a certain kind of way. Like,
That's
they
not
gotta
how I
earn.
feel.
No.
Honestly, I don't feel it's even ego
Nah,
tripping.
That's
let me
ego
tell you.
tripping. I
Nah,
tell
that
you
is why. You know why?
Nah, you know what I
tell her this all the time.
Because what she just said, right? Like, all right, for instance.
No, what I think it is that you ain't ready for no relationship. And
What?
You're not. No,
Why?
you can say
That's not the first time
No.
we've heard that.
The reality is that
You told her that the other day, didn't you?
It's almost like a
Not
person
just
who's look like. It's almost like your home.
the
Perfect
other
example. You
three.
go back to
The
the
other
girl
three.
from your school. She ain't ready to work. She ain't ready to be a grown woman. That's why she's want to go fuck niggas for $1,000.
She's gonna get 5, but all right.
Whatever it is.
she gonna get.
So it's like you're not trying to do anything in the line to make that happen. It's almost like I'm trying like you want to fail, but you don't want to put it on yourself. You don't put it on somebody else. So you don't want the relationship in the first place.
I don't think I can even process
That's
what you
deep.
just said.
Because what it is
Yeah,
like
you need some time. You have to rewatch
We'll
this
talk
one.
about that in the car ride home or something.
Because it's like you
This is
literally
why-
put
so-
it. It's almost like it's saying like, you don't call me 24 hours, dead. Of course,
So
he gonna call you
let's get this
24 hours.
clear. I don't do
that.
that the first time, right? But if it's consistent,
It was probably 3 times,
it's
right?
exactly the third time.
But can you hold yourself to the same standards?
Oh, if I don't respond to you, just go ahead and have a good day. I don't like you.
So
So
then
that's
you're-
how I
you're-
think that's how I interpret
That's
it.
what I'm saying.
I
That's the
respond right
problem
away.
there.
You,
That's not.
So-
you 9
That's
out of
so
10 if you
that's-
let that hit you right
That's
back.
what I said. That's why I said
That's
you ego tripping
projection.
because one thing I learned as an adult, right? Like I don't put my expectations
On somebody else.
Correct.
You can't.
because I want you to do this. So I'm gonna say, yo, Steve, today you gonna do this or whatever.
Yeah, put
So
that
now
out.
if Steve doesn't do it the way in my mind I said I want it to be done, I'm gonna be mad at Steve. Now I'm a fucking clown for that.
So
Here's
what
where
was I
we-
supposed to
here's
do
where
with
we
being
go
left
wrong.
on red?
Here's
Just eat
where we
that?
go wrong as people.
But why?
Right?
Why is that bothering you?
You're not
What is
having.
that?
I feel like what's happening is. So I'm gonna just tell your point, Chris. So I think what's happening is.
Some point.
So what's happening is, yo, you have an expectation on whoever you messing with, dating or whatever it can be. Yo, if 24 hours, twice this week he hit me back within 24 hours, it's a dub for him. But does he also have children? What kind of job does he have?
I guess
What's
you
going
don't
on with
want
his
that person that
family?
much, then.
What's going on with all this other stuff? And you're not gonna know that stuff.
His
off rip.
fucking mother could have just died.
Like,
And you worried about you getting a text back in 24 hours?
Let me tell you
You
something.
put it like that, but this doesn't
like
happen
what? You
every
don't know.
time, every day. That's the part that y'all are missing.
But you don't.
But you keep
know.
changing.
Yeah.
You keep moving the goalposts. You said, "Yo, he did it today." All right, doing it 3 times. That's it. Now
That's
it's
why I said
every
you're not
day.
ready for
So
it.
you
You're
keep
not ready
changing the
for that.
So the
goalposts.
3 times you ain't speak to him in 3 days.
We weren't on that level where it was that consistent.
All right, all right.
So what are we talking about?
We were not. It's not
Let
even
me talk about
a
Father's Day gifts.
I want you to know my lady now in my yearbook in junior high school. She said she wrote in the back of the yearbook, "You're ugly bum ass." Bye.
That was her way saying I like you.
That was it.
That was her way saying I like you.
Like that was my going off gift.
That's how shorties used to say they like niggas back then. Oh, fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? I
and
hate
I
this
still have this
motherfucker.
yearbook to this day.
Frame
Yeah,
that
black
shit.
ass. Hey,
Frame
that's
that
what I
shit.
was getting.
You have
but
a-
we together
You
So
now.
have,
one
you
of-
have like a picture of something that doesn't exist.
Right. So one of the things, and
A text back is a picture of something that
Nah, it's more than the text. You harping on the text more than that.
overall
It's too
picture,
much.
right? How many times have we had the conversation where I said, I don't know people, because you're like, oh, man, you have 4 men here who you asked. Did you want this or did you know? That's not always the case. Just because someone ends up and it looks like happily ever after doesn't mean that they knew that's what they wanted from the jump. Doesn't mean he wanted her. Doesn't mean she wanted him. Doesn't mean anything. It just means they worked.
My lady was
towards
gonna be a
that.
kill. It was just I was just trying to kill. Do you hear our story? She didn't really want to be with me, so I was just gonna kill it because I
That's
could.
a fact.
Like, I'm older now. I could kill it. I'm trying to kill it. So, but then it just turned out to be more than what it was.
I like you got a picture of something, but it's in your head. It's just like anything. Like I can't draw, but I can have a picture in my head, but I can't put it down on paper and create that. So it's the same thing. You can't do that because the reality is
You're not the only person involved, and
So
you can't
exactly,
control
that's all I was
that.
saying.
So you
You can't
can't.
be
You
selfish,
cannot.
no.
For me, it's the
Then you don't have a relationship.
what am
You
I
just got a
supposed
manslave.
to do with the feeling? Am I supposed to sit there and be bothered? So what happens on Tuesday when you respond? I'm supposed to. I'm
All right, so
supposed
question.
to be
All right,
like,
all right,
You gotta wait.
Hold on. Sorry, got it. Hold on.
Exactly.
You don't
Sai
know what
got it.
I just said what Sai was gonna say. You don't know what he's gonna You don't know what he's gonna say Tuesday. He might hit you up Tuesday like, listen, my mom just died. I'm going through it.
All right, so all right.
Okay, I can,
Like,
I can hear what everyone is
No.
saying.
Now
I
I'm about to dig a little deep. I want to break down these 3 situations.
not
where,
the Tiffany show.
no, it's okay.
Nah, cause we gotta get back to these good ass Father's Day gifts. Man. I
That's
want my shit.
All right, cool. Let's switch. Yeah, it's enough answer. Your gifts you give, the
gifts.
best gifts you gifted. And the
So
worst.
same case. My dad was murdered when I was 12. My daughter's father and I don't have that type of relationship. But what I feel a great gift is like what we pretty much said, like something that's personal.
So you know, when the
I-
last time you gifted the Father's Day? The Father's Day.
I've never gifted anyone anything for Father's Day in my life.
Damn.
But when I think about doing that, it would definitely be to the picture because I've lacked a lot of things from men, period. So my ideas and images have come from watching music videos growing up, TV, and just like what I see things look like, right? So like when I think of this awesome man that I'm with that I adore so much, it would be
Me. Well, someone like me, not me, because I'm taking, but you know.
it would be someone that I would wake up in the morning and literally be excited about
She's
making
compatible with Sages too. by the
making
way.
his day.
You know, a lot of
absolute-
Sages.
Sages are awesome. Y'all
Yeah,
are
we the
dicks,
shit.
but y'all are awesome.
I'm talking.
I'm sorry.
It,
We talking about Sages.
Doesn't keep talking
It
over
would.
your
It would.
ass.
We take over shit.
Imagine waking up in that day and making that day the best he ever had. Whether it would be cooking. It would be cooking breakfast in the morning. It would be cute, thoughtful things. It would be giving him what he wants, needs. It would be, obviously intimacy, whatever be the case. It would just be like.
I mean, she gave him that
wanna
threesome
get-
he was asking for.
Huh?
Father's Day gift.
That's a great Father's Day.
When
That's a fact.
I get to the point, I
threesome?
want to get to the point with a man that like I love him so much and I appreciate him so much that I want to live and breathe just making it up to him.
All right, so another question. you have any male friends that real male
I
friends?
haven't seen
No. Wait. You have male friends, right? It's one thing to have male friends and to have male friends, right? You say you have male friends, but do you have a male friend that do have kids and like y'all so cool where you may give him a gift? Because I have friends.
I never thought about it, but I do have friends that I would give.
Yeah, I'm saying I have friends that like I would give my I have a female best friend. I would give her things for holidays also sometimes. So that's why I asked. Because even though you may not have had a man or whatever or a reason to give a gift for Father's Day, but you have if there's other men that's probably around in your life that you probably could just do it just cause. But that also depends on type of person that you are. Some people.
Gave Uncle Jimmy a gift.
Y'all living good.
Those is 7:30 before
I need me a man.
For me,
555-7565. I need a man.
for me, those like for us, those are like any kind of slide, any designer slide. That's what she want. No, I mean it's preference.
That's cool.
Like, that's what she want.
That's your thing.
We're not here to judge.
If I wanted something that's
My dude said
her
Hermes is any kind of slides. All right.
But so she wanted these ones that I got on. So I got them for her.
What you got on?
The ones.
Oh,
yeah.
okay,
So she wanted these. So I got them for her because that's what she wanted. She seen them when they came out. She was trying to get them on the sneakers app. Fuck the sneakers app. She was trying to get them. She couldn't win them. But I remember that's something that she really wanted. So I paid the extra because she wasn't going to pay the extra for those because she don't want them that bad. She want them.
Right.
Yeah,
That's why we draw the line. That's why I don't have any ones because I'm not willing to pay extra.
Yeah. So
but if I had a man, then I would have had them.
3 ones.
Or you could have bought him his pair. But,
definitely.
Yeah. So that's what she wanted. She didn't even know I was getting them. I got them. But we went looking for the slides. I would have had to buy both, but we couldn't find any slides that she really wanted in her size. So she had a gift.
Your school hiring? Where you a counselor at?
They're not hiring. You just got a budget. You just
got you know these shits are coming up.
Ain't no such thing as budgeting when you the man and the woman in your house.
Listen,
you can budget all you want. Ain't nothing left for any kind of Hermes slides.
I feel like the life that I'm living now it's still been the same if it was just me and my son. It's just
right. So back to my original question: what school you work at?
So Styles, all right. So your perfect Father's Day.
I'll say probably my perfect Father's Day is just like you just turn off, like
leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, not necessarily even like on wine. It's just where my mind always going. I'm always thinking about something that gotta be taken care of. There's never a time that I'm turned off.
Even if me time, I told you that.
Yeah, we spoke about that. But that's non-existent until I make it happen.
I don't understand when men say that.
It's just non-existent because when I say it's non-existent because I have such an independent personality. I depend on myself, I have people, but I just take care of me. I don't look for somebody to do anything for me. Because at the end of the day, I don't want to be subject to the failure. So at the end of the day, it's just that's just my build. I just take care of me.
I get that, but me time isn't given. It's taken. Like, but I tell my mom that you have to carve out your me time.
But I just don't know what that feels like. So
do you want? No, the question is, do you want to know what it feels
I don't.
like?
I guess if it's put on my table, then maybe I have to eat it.
You gotta put it on your table, bro.
It's not gonna get put there by yourself, boo. You gotta
me time is like a buffet. You gotta go up, get up, get a plate.
Right. That's what I was trying to say.
But you also remember somebody that's continually doing. I don't know what me time. I'm not missing what I don't know.
You don't know, right?
So
I get that. You don't know what.
You
don't even know what your me time.
But listen, look. Now watch this. Though you're saying you're not missing what you don't know, but you know that you need to unwind. You do know.
Or unplug.
Yeah, but I'm not going to do that.
No, I'm saying, I'm saying the sense of how you just said, but you said it's to unwind is forget about everything. You know you want to do that.
But you know what it is, but if I do that, I feel that something ain't getting done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so regards, I really
don't. I'm not gonna say you bugged out
I get it.
Because I used to feel the same exact way, right? And I've learned to and I talked about this on the last episode where it's like my plate is always full, but you just have to learn like any like buffet contest or eating contest, like you got to learn how to exactly. You got to portion it out to what you want, because I used to feel the same exact way. Like if I unplug from the grid or if I took my me time,
the damn grid full.
This shit is like that's like saying
once you wake up, you good.
That's like saying if the one person in the power company hits the button and the power just shuts the fuck down. That's how it is. That's how I used to feel.
Nah,
so
y'all putting too much on your shoulder.
No. Listen.
But then who's taking it though?
Like, so it's a source for that moment.
No, I told you. That's why I preference it. Hold on.
I don't believe it.
But that's why I prefer
having a strong foundation. So I feel like if I go ghost for a day, my lady be able to take care of it.
See, I don't have a foundation. I'm the foundation.
But that's why I said I used to feel like that. That's why I said I used to feel like that.
I have a question. What will happen, hypothetically, if one day you decided to take a day for yourself? What will something crumble? Will someone die? Will you lose money for this day? Like, what tragedy is going to happen in your life if you just unplug for one day? Or even 8 hours.
2 hours.
I don't
Not
think
even a whole 24.
Drastically would happen.
And once you understand that, it feels better. So like, I don't have anyone to rely on as far as like a partner. I have my mom. My mom is my backbone in that sense. But what I started to do, same thing. And I'm a teacher, so it's like as a teacher, there's always like something to do. Someone you should have responded
so you making good money.
I want to make. I can't. Excuse me. I want to make the money that calls Hermes any kind of slide. But anyway, so what I started to do was say, okay, my plate is always full. Like I'm mom and dad. I'm trying to find the entrepreneurship going on. I have a full-time job, whatever. I say, okay, there's 5 things that need to be done today. I give myself 2 things that if those 2 things are done, I'll feel good or I'll feel like I've earned my rest time. And that helped me to break it down into pieces because my rebuttal used to always be, if I don't do it, ain't nobody gonna do it, right? Or if I don't do it, it ain't gonna get done. So I gotta do it. But then I really had to get to a point where I was just like, all right, so I have, like yesterday, by the time I went to bed yesterday, my back was literally splitting in 2. So I said to myself, what 2, or even if I have to go out, like today, like what 2 things need to be done today that's going to make me feel relaxed when I go to the podcast or make me feel relaxed when I lay down. And I focused on those 2 things because at 32, I was superwoman. I was working full time. I was getting my master's. My daughter was like 3 years old. Like I was on go. Now getting close to 36, I got to start to pace myself.
That's a good method.
So pick 1, 2 things. Like that's it. And my ex helped me realize, and I remember the gift I gave now.
But why?
Because
he just don't want to.
It's not that I don't want to.
He's complacent in his feelings.
The reality is that it sounds good and gravy, but when you ready, just know the deal. You just know the deal. Like
if you live like if we all lived on a dorm or a campus, I would kidnap you for one day and just let you.
That's not. I'm gonna find my way out anyway. I gotta still find out. So come back and see the room empty because I'm gonna still get to it.
So I'm gonna say this right. So because I'm privy a lot more into the ins and outs of Styles Live, right? Because that's my other best friend. So we talk on a regular basis about a lot of other shit that we're not going to talk about on the show.
He's the other. Anytime you talk about multiple, me, you better say I'm the, not the other.
No. I have multiple best friends because there's people who are. You can be friends to different people at different levels, but nonetheless, I get it because I've walked down that same path in a lot of the ways where, like, for me, it was to the point where it's like, yo, if I don't, like, something very bad is gonna happen.
Right.
Your body
and it's not gonna.
Your ass down.
But for me, it was like it's not gonna be bad for me. It's gonna be bad for everybody else around me.
Right.
Because I'm the nuclear bomb. Like I'm that, and outwards is gonna go. So I had to really focus and be like, yo, like, if I don't process and be like, yo, listen, I listen, at some point I can only do so much. Right. Mm-hmm. And I know that because I know how I am, and I'm very meticulous. I'm very OCD with whether it's this podcast, whether it's people, no matter what the fuck it is that I'm doing, I need to be like on it constantly because if it's not done a kind of way, and I hold myself to standard. If it's things don't come out a certain kind of way and I got my name on it, I'm gonna feel away. You know what I'm saying? So whether I'm a lead on the job, whether I'm supervising my crews, whether I'm the boss of a situation, whatever the case may be. So I get where he's coming from, but it is a very hard thing to learn how to like detach from even a moment. Because even like I'm at home, I might say, yo, listen, yo, babe, I'm wild tired. You're gonna put him to sleep tonight. And I go and I lay down in the bed. I know I'm not sleeping because I have 10 emails I gotta respond to. I have these accounts I gotta transfer this to this. I gotta set this up for tomorrow.
I don't take no work home.
It's not work, but
because you just a counselor.
But
no, ain't no just.
no,
don't
right,
be
it's not no
just in front of
you
nobody.
gotta take work home if you the teacher.
Ain't no just.
That's a fact. It's
The
not just a
counselor,
counselor.
I don't like
But
that.
I said, even if I was a teacher, I'm not taking no work home. Like
No, it's not
that's
about
why I
taking
didn't
work
like
home, bro.
homework.
But no.
Right,
But it's not
exactly.
about taking work home. I'm trying to build. I'm trying to build what this is in my life into an empire where, like, I don't
you make
go
emails for like your other stuff. I thought
everything.
you meant work email.
No. My career, like what pays my paychecks. Once I leave work, it's over. It's over. So it's a dub for
That's
that
me
shit.
too. Anything else? Yeah.
No, my occupation. Once I leave work, it's over for that.
Well,
My occupation has an hour.
So.
My occupation has an hour window to reach me. If you didn't reach me in an hour from when I left work, it's over for that shit. But everything else that I'm trying to build for my life, for my family, for my kids, for us, for our foundation, it's a constant go. But I might just be 15, 20, 30 minutes, but I need that time to be able to do it, get what it does, whatever the case may be. So when I finally do go to sleep, even if I hear he cries or something happens, I'm still jumping up and going. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a man in my house. I'm still going to make sure that everybody is good at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. So it's never really, I'm completely detached.
Because you know what happens to me is that I always feel I have to be, I'm almost like that person that has the bomb shelter in their house. Like you want to keep stacking stuff. Because at the end of the day, regardless of the fact is that I've been in that scenario in a sense, and I don't like how that feel when it's a situation where everybody's looking at you like, what the fuck we gonna do? In a sense, I don't like that feeling. I'm not going back to that again. Mm-hmm. So I hear what y'all saying is good and gravy, but guess what? It is what it is. I died by that point at that time. I'm cool. I'm one of the type of people. If I'm asking for help, my knees is bleeding at that point. I'm dragging myself. I'm probably still not gonna ask for help. But the reality is, it sounds cool and gravy, but that's not my world in a sense.
But are you your best version of you when you?
Yeah, I am.
When you're dragging yourself,
I am.
That sounds painful.
It don't hurt that bad, to be honest with you.
So I
because
think
the reality is like I'm being real. Because you know what it is. Even when we're talking about the whole Father's Day stuff, I don't care about holidays. I'm cool. I don't care. Like even like my B-days on Christmas. I'm custom on that.
You at that point you learned you've been conditioned not to care about your birthday.
That's what I'm saying. That's why when you saying, I mean, as a child, shout to my mom. Like she always made it the best. But then as I became older, even a birthday ain't my day. In a sense, you know what I mean? Right. So what y'all saying sounds gravy. So then even when you keep saying, you got Valentine's Day, you got Mother's Day, then that's why I get a little weird about Father's Day. All respect to all fathers, including myself, but fuck it too. Like what's the next holiday? What's the next one after that? So
for me, it's like Eid and all these other Jewish holidays that I get off from work. For me, I love them.
You just take them.
So
I feel you, my brother. You know we got Juneteenth off now.
But in reality, I reap no benefit.
I got it. You ain't got it?
Nah, not.
I got it.
Yeah,
I work charter though. We got it.
I reap no benefits of it.
I didn't get Eve.
So it's in a sense like even with the holidays, I gotta be sure that I gotta be sure, mom gets something. I gotta be sure all this stuff is going on. Christmas come around. I can't even think about me in that moment of time because I got kids I gotta buy for. So I don't know. Like I said, I live that life as far as that. So what everybody keeps saying is, I'm not knocking what I say. If that works for you, Gucci. I'm happy for you. But that ain't my world. So I'm cool with the, like you said, when you talk about buying shit for yourself, I'm just literally like, yo, I'm not. You may not even know I even want it. I mean, shout to anybody that recognizes. I've been gifted in situations where I'm like, damn, I wasn't even expecting it, and I gotta be told, don't buy it because I'm gonna buy it because I don't need nothing from nobody. In reality, in a sense, that's how I'm at this point. So and I don't say because I'm hurt. I'm saying I really don't need shit from nobody. So I'll figure the shit out.
Conditioning is a hell of a thing because I just went through this with her about hugging, right? So I am not conditioned to be touched. Like I'm used to not being touched. If I never get touched, it doesn't matter to me. Like even in terms of intimacy, like I'm probably doing more work than the other person. It's nothing to me. And then one day I noticed it become a problem with my daughter because my daughter is the complete opposite. And like to be completely transparent, like sometimes I'm like, yo, like back up, like you're touching me too much. You got 2 touches for the day. Stop touching me. You know what I'm saying? Because my daughter is very like she'll walk up to me and her hand be all in my shirt and stuff, and I'm like, oh, come on with the touching. And I had to realize that yes, I believe you when you say, like, I believe anyone when they say, like, I don't need that shit. Like, I say to her, like, I don't ever feel like I need a hug. I never feel like that. Because that was a question that someone asked me, like, so you don't feel like you just need a hug? I'm like, no, never. I never feel like I need a hug because I handle the business. Like it's kind of like Ace. Like niggas get shot every day. Be like it's not a big deal.
A hug doesn't mean you don't need a hug.
Right. So that's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say
we all don't need anybody for anything.
Nah, some people be acting needy.
So I'm twofold. I'm needy, but not. Oh my God, I need my husband to make my life complete. I need him or I'm gonna die. I'm not that type of needy bitch. No. But like I said earlier, I'm the girl that will say, no, like, I need my man because I honestly feel like that is what we're here for. We need each other. You need a woman. We need men. Like, we need each other. So to hear you say that, it's like, well, why? Why do you feel like I don't need to show nobody? You're saying you're not hurt, but it comes off as that, right? So whether it's childhood, whether it's relationship, whatever it is, it's stemming from somewhere. And we don't need anyone, but why not? Why not? Why are we so much better or bigger? And who are you? Know you think?
Well, I took it as a sign of weakness.
People like to. I don't encounter it as a weakness. Is that I've been my strongest when I start relying on people because people failed me.
Right. So that's where I mean when I say it's a sense of weakness.
I kind of feel the same way, but I'm a little more open in styles because I feel like expectations only lead to disappointment. So I don't hold people at a higher standard than I should. I leave everyone exactly where they at, where I think they're gonna be, because like I said, expectations always.
But 9 out of 10 times, I have expectations too that you're just gonna do me wrong anyway.
See,
so that's where
that's all we're not the same.
That's where, but you don't have to tell me anything. His whole demeanor, body language, everything. It's there. Yeah. Whatever it is you're talking about, it's there.
I'm not even thinking you're gonna see. My go-to is not you're gonna disappoint me. My go-to is like I'm not even gonna put myself in a place to get disappointed or make me even think that you won't disappoint me.
You know what's funny at me? I got a wall up already.
A wall.
Yeah, and the wall don't come down. Like
this shit.
Cause it's just like when you got a castle.
I would never got that.
This is a mountain.
You know
Trump built this shit.
You know what's crazy is it's like yo, like
Trump built this shit.
You know what's so crazy? It's just like I look at it like I'm a castle. The reason why you put walls because you want to be high enough so you can see people coming at you.
Right.
So that's what it is. I got to see where you're coming at. Then I start leading that. Like, I mean, me and Chris became food, but you know how it was. I wasn't so open. It was just because the fact that he started building that wall because I found him to be a genuine person. But people always, I find that people move a certain kind of way to how close they could get to you just to get that wall down. My wall is always going to be up.
But do you think sometimes people are restrained by your wall, so they're not? You don't even see
I know they
the
are.
genuineness.
I know exactly the person that I am, and I'm very comfortable with that person. I love it.
But the thing is, I don't know about Saya, but I didn't really like because the first time we shot this, our first episode was the first time we met Styles. Me and Saya. It was Saya and I. So it's the first time we ever met Styles.
So you guys all met during this?
No.
So
no. I'm sorry. Like as a group.
Yeah.
So you introduced everybody.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just got maybe now that you're saying
so he was a killer.
I didn't see.
I thought he was a fucking shooter.
No, I didn't think he was all that. But I did feel like he held back a little bit, and as we started doing the episodes, I realized that he just got he got a lot to say.
Right.
But he just don't say it.
But
when he does speak,
you gotta shut the fuck up. When he speaks, you gotta shut the fuck up. Because he's the logical.
Exactly what I say. When Star got some shit to say, the fucking room shuts down.
And it's
because
like
it's very.
He's afraid to.
And I think what's good with him, what he does is like with me, when I hear some shit, I'm already thinking about all the rebuttals and all, but he sits there and listen throughout the whole thing, and then he just wait for his moment. Go boom, just knock you the fuck out.
Because that was when he spoke in the live. Like a lot of people were like, "Oh, they really liked what he had to say." Like he's a Capricorn. He said,
he said
Christmas.
Okay. Oh yes.
So, that was. It was like when both of you spoke, but when you spoke, it was definitely like.
But he said all the things I was thinking. I didn't see the live when it happened because I was asleep. Even though I'm the one that hit you up first.
He hit me like So I heard you having something. What about it? And I was like, okay,
hello,
right.
So I hit up first, and then
he's like, I'm
Chris hit up from the So, but I was tired. Because I work very hard.
That's fine.
Sure.
But I watched the whole episode right after, and I'm like, yo, he said exactly what I was gonna say.
Right.
But I probably would have never said it how he said it, because like with me, I probably would have said it in the motion. I watched him just sit there, let you get your thought across, and then just go.
And that's one of his greatest assets, right? Is just surveying and waiting and paying attention. And but that's like you mentioned, right? Being up in his castle is I'm monitoring the field. I'm seeing what everybody else is doing before I decide what move I'm gonna make.
All right, B, switch your beauty up in your castle.
Because you know the funny thing is like I used
chess.
Huh?
You play chess?
Nah. The funny thing with me is it's like I used to be. I had my moment. I'll be the yo. I yell. I express myself, but I got nowhere with it. So that's why you see like now it was just like. It's almost like how you said, I guess you could say playing chess. Like my move wasn't working no more. So the only thing that worked is when I sat back and listened to everything that person's saying, and I basically reverted right back to you.
We can't keep doing the same stuff, right?
But,
so you have to
yeah,
think
so
of
I
your
changed
next
it.
move.
That's why I
Always
say when you
chess.
saying all this other stuff, all that other shit wasn't working. You know, me yelling out loud and saying how I felt, you know the deal. I go out and saying what I'm saying. That shit wasn't working.
Yeah, I can't yell.
You know, I became more.
So that's why I thought me nicely.
I can't yell.
My voice is squeaky. I can't yell.
That's why I thought me nice.
Even when I try to yell at my son, I'm like, oh shit.
Like all that never worked for me. So after a while, I was like, yo, what works for me now? I was like, I listen, because at the end of the day, when you sit back, and this all respect to anybody, when you sit back and let a person talk, and they watching you talking to them, they just start talking bullshit anyway. You start realizing the bullshit between their lines. And it's not even like, honestly, I sit there and just read people all day. And it's not like a situation where I don't even realize I'm doing it, honestly. I could sit there and have a conversation. I see what it is. I'm rarely wrong about a person. So I literally could sit there and be like, all right, I see where your drift is. I see what's going on with you. Like say, that's what I did with you on the live. I did whatever. It's not like a situation. And honestly, I'm not playing games. It's just like, I do one thing that most people don't do. I really listen. Like I really take the time.
No, I
to
listen too. I'm a
guy,
guy, so I gotta listen.
But
I'm listening at the same time. I'm thinking some shit.
I'm
Sit there and listen.
Exactly, because I heard everything you said.
You listen with intent, and what I like is when people respond, and one of the things they say is, "What I hear you say is," and you've done that.
Correct.
And that's the reason why, like me, that's why even me when the arguments happen, and like. I'll be real, I'm not the easiest person to deal with, whoever, you know, that's dealing with me. But at the end of the day, if you could get past that point, I have no bad intentions. I don't walk around with a malice in my heart.
That's like me.
But it's just the simple thing. I think that when people go so hard, they're trying to.
You're not in this bracket.
Yeah.
He's like, no.
So what happens with me? I'm not in the intent for you to like me. It's either it's all right. I ain't your cup of tea. Like I said. They just don't fuck with me.
Exactly, which is why I thought my message yesterday was really great. Because
what? Can you read that?
What was the message?
I deleted the whole thing.
What was the message?
What did it say?
So what it said was, I
read it. Don't lie. Read it.
Okay, I think I screenshot and sent it to my friend. So
we know you screenshot it to your friend.
So
we know that. That's what y'all do. That's what happens.
Let me go to the message.
It wasn't me. I wasn't the friend.
No.
But you saw the message though.
No, I didn't.
You seen the message?
I didn't talk to her about
it.
BFF
though. That's crazy.
No, I sent it to one particular friend. So.
Oh, you sent it to the one that doesn't agree with you.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No.
What's her response?
Because you know Chris was in the corner in your bullshit.
Yeah, you should have cut that nigga off.
That's actually not what she said.
No,
she
Chris was gonna be like,
me
"Get the
that
fuck
I
out of
was
here,
bugging.
sis." And that other friend was like, "I can see what you're saying."
No, that really was not the conversation. She really was like, "Yo, I think you bugging right now." And
because I'm not that friend.
How am I bugging if I said it nicely?
I'm like, "Yo, bro, that shit is stupid," and you stupid for writing it.
What? Well, that's why different friends go to different people for,
Nah, come to me for all your advice, bro. One-stop shop, man. Just pull up on me all your advice,
Okay,
bro.
so I said, okay, interacting with you feels weird now, and that's exactly what I didn't want to happen. So I ain't spinning this block no more. All the best with a kissy face.
That was like the most gangster, sweetest text I would have ever got.
I'd have blocked your number. Get the fuck out of here. Listen to too much pop smoking, wine, teleport. You can text me. Get the fuck out of here.
Good morning, Tiff. How was your night?
So that's what he wrote the next day?
That's what he wrote.
He said, whatever. I'm still here.
Oh, this is after the text?
That's how he responded. And I sent a GIF like...
I just said the same shit.
Bro, yeah, whatever.
I'm not saying this shit because what you talking about.
I'm not feeding into that. I'm not. Me too.
That's a fact. I'm not doing that for you.
What are you trying to get like crazy for? Like,
I thought
I
that message.
I
thought about that message. I was like, I'm not gonna confront someone about how they are because I accept the person for who they are. I'm not going to tell you to change. It's not that type of situation. I put it totally on me. I thought my message was perfectly curated.
To your standards. I wouldn't have answered that shit either. I don't want to go morning, sweetheart.
Yeah, what's up?
I think overall you in your head too much. I think that's all really the problem is.
Yeah,
what I was saying was, I only brought it back up because you said that you sit back and actually think. And that's what I felt like I did.
But you thought about yourself.
Yeah,
you didn't think about the other person.
You didn't think about the situation.
That was one-sided.
If you really went deep in thought, you would have thought of so many variations that didn't include you.
You could have text say, "Hey, how you doing? Is everything going okay?"
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't hear from you.
What, a double back?
Why
you
not?
left me on red, so now I'm gonna hit you again. That's very desperate.
Nah, but that'll be your confirmation to what it is.
I'm gonna be.
She's gonna be 36.
All right, so you're dealing with men that's about 36 years old. We're not in our 20s anymore.
I understand that, but
I'm trying to figure out what's going on. When I was 16, 17, I'm figuring out what's wrong.
But not only that, too,
now
you had number time. Like, she
tell
texts
me
me
what's
back.
going on.
You're hitting back.
But
if I'm 35 years old,
so this is what I'm saying. If we're at a level where we are comfortable, that's normal. If we just met and I text you and then you didn't respond, I see that you already didn't respond, and I text you again in the morning, I think that's a little pushy.
We're gonna have to say this shit for another episode. There's a lot more into that shit. We're gonna go deeper and deeper.
Go, but what I'll say, I'll leave it at that. My thing is that any woman that I'm dealing with that's not respecting my time, and that's me respecting my time. Like, yo, I'm a grown ass man. I'm like, I respond to my mom within a certain part of time. That's my mom's. Like, that's a certain thing. But at the end of the day, because guess what? If he ain't responding, he's probably with his mom's.
I definitely didn't look at it like that.
Because that
just met.
Yeah, so my thing is you have to just my biggest, I just accept you as you are, and I'm gonna tell you how I'm willing to accept. And again, that's on you if you want to accept that again. But I'm not putting no pressure on you like, yo, you didn't respond to me, and then that just sounds like you maybe. But are you even into that person? Like,
Meanwhile, I have another friend who has more than one child who hits me. Morning, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
That had nothing to do with nothing.
You know what I hate that line? People like to say, "Yo, we all have the same 24 hours." My 24 hours ain't the same as the next person.
My 24 hours ain't your 24 hours.
I am a busy person.
It can't.
I can respond. I feel like anybody can.
Definitely. Yeah. Not even stressful. I just got to do. So, Tip, real quick before we close up, right? Let me ask you something. Real shit, and keep it as a buck as you possibly can in your mind state. Right? If you hit this dude up, right? But he was on a date with another Jane. Because y'all are just dating. He could do you, you could do you. Right? And he would have hit you like, yo, my fault, I was out. But if he would have hit you up and you was out with another nigga, you was going to hit him right back too?
No, but that wouldn't have been a consistent thing for me.
It don't have to be consistent, but it could have. You could have been dating multiple niggas that week.
No, what I'm saying is I said that earlier. It's different. What I'm not saying is that shit doesn't happen. Shit happens, right? Oh wait, now I get it.
Come on with y'all, man.
That's like how old are you? I've never heard that.
Oh my god, that's like from 1985.
Because I was thinking in terms of communication.
Yeah, me too. Like shit,
right? I was thinking like anything after but doesn't make sense. Like that's what I'm
saying. Because you're saying but it's just like.
So what I'm saying is, if I'm. I understand that people have lives and things happen.
But she didn't really exactly answer the question.
And I said, no, I probably wouldn't have, but that wouldn't have been something that person dealt with more than once with me, because that is not something that would happen all the time.
Right? He probably wanted a date. Shorty probably stayed over. You text in the morning. Shorty's probably see it.
It wasn't about that moment. It was because it was consistent. I'm not gonna feel, because I'm not crazy. I'm not gonna feel.
I don't think you like the person though.
No, that's definitely not it. But I wouldn't respond that way off of like the first time.
It would have to be other things that makes me feel like, okay, this is awkward. Okay, and now this is happening.
So it had nothing to do with the response to the text message.
It had nothing to do. It was bigger than just that message.
So
it was more than one time.
It was other things that made me feel awkward, and now I'm like, okay, so that's happening, and then now you're not responding to my message.
You see what happens now?
I mean, but it all still boils down to the communication.
But you see what happens though is like your delivery was wrong on that. Like somebody else is hearing that because there's more to the story. It wasn't about the text message. There's something else going on there. You shouldn't be starting off with that.
That was because I was saying that how I will just I said a thing about like it's okay, I don't like this, I'm out. So
but that's what it sounds like you're saying. But then that's not exactly what happened.
But to some people they would say in the time frame that is what happened.
Nah, you would say that. Everybody else is looking at you like, nah, sis.
I don't know.
No, I'm saying some people would say even though I felt like it was a build up, the time frame wasn't long enough for me to feel like there's a build up.
I think what's just gonna have to happen is that you're gonna continue to do that, and it's gonna be at a point like you're gonna say this. So just like y'all telling me, this ain't working out. I gotta do something different.
I have a problem with the dealing part. Anytime it comes to a situation with the opposite sex that I have to, that I feel like I am dealing, then I guess I do like a thing, because it's like I guess if I dug deep, which is a term we use in the chat, I don't feel like there's any reason for me to deal with anything from a man. So I think anytime
I feel like that too, though.
I feel like
but realistically,
I don't gotta put up with nobody's shit.
No, you don't have to put up with listen. You do not have to put up with anybody's shit.
I'm not going
ever.
to.
You don't know, but at the end of the
not
day,
even a little bit. Even at work. What the fuck?
With someone who
hold on.
black ass, whatever.
Hold on.
Put up with that.
But let me ask you something.
with it.
Hold on. You don't have to put up whatever, right? But the reality is, you can quit your job if you want to. You can quit your fucking job, right? But if you don't quit your job,
no, I'm gonna tell you how I feel. I'm not.
Right, but you still
no. What I'm saying to you,
I'm not dealing with nothing. I'm gonna tell you how I feel.
You gonna tell your boss that you fucking on some bullshit, bro?
You're gonna tell them.
It's about me.
Tell them and go back.
It's about me.
What I'm saying, at some point you're gonna address it though.
Right.
But what I'm saying is the way that you address it is gonna be different on different levels. Because you're not gonna go. If your boss tells you, "Yo, listen, I want you to redo the reports you did yesterday." Period. You can go to your boss. I just fucking redid this shit. I ain't doing it again.
I'm like that.
Right. But
when
you might find a boss that says you might hold on, bro.
I've been fired from any job that
I've had. Well, then we have our answer. So here we go. So
I'm not gonna do anybody's shit, but I know.
so listen.
The level of be disrespectful. Listen.
I'm learning. I'm getting better.
As my boss, we can go over this report together, and you can tell me what was wrong with it, and I can make the adjustments.
That's what I'm saying. But you're not gonna just tell your boss, "I'm not doing this shit."
So what I would say is, although I spent 3 days making sure it was.
Nah, you fucked up already. I'd have fired you for that. Right. Come on, stop. You ready? There you go. Exactly. Because now you walking out with your petty bag out, ready to.
It's all ego. It's
I told y'all.
Because in terms of work, when I get those type of emails, you take it personal. My time, don't make it seem like I didn't.
They didn't make it seem like
I feel like you take everything personal.
They didn't make it seem like. But she swears she don't because she's not sensitive. She feels that she doesn't take things personal.
Yeah,
because people only feel that sensitive. People take things.
That's
personal.
what I was gonna say.
That's not, and I've always told you, you make everything about you.
Yeah, I can tell. You do.
You take everything to
heart.
What
you just said, if I was your boss, I'm just telling you what it is. Listen, I read this shit, and this is not what we need.
Who said no? Reports take time. We all know reports take time. No one is saying that. It wasn't done right. Period. But
I did put my all in this situation.
No one said you didn't put your all.
Part.
I'm not disrespecting.
I don't gotta respect nothing. You can go home.
It's wrong. But it's wrong. So you made a mistake. And then, in your hard work, it was an error, and you made a mistake.
Telling me I made a mistake. Honor the time that I took. It's all about how you.
What you talking about?
Excuse me. This is your job. I'm not honoring you at your job. Hold on, no.
You not about to work here no more.
Here's what you gotta understand about work. Work is not outreach. They didn't come out and outsource you. You came and applied there. So it's not honor. This is your job. This is a task. You're required to do this.
Okay. And if I stayed up until 3 o'clock in the morning to get it done, you are not going to email me at 8 a.m. as if I wasn't up until 3 o'clock.
Who tell you to have poor time management?
So this is what I'm going to tell you right now.
3 a.m.?
So this is what I'm going to tell you right now. As somebody who supervises employees, people who are older than myself, grown adults, people who can be my parents, right? You got to understand. One thing for me, like we mentioned before, when I leave my job, when I swipe my ID card out to let me out my parking garage, work is gone. I'm going. I have a fucking dope ass life outside of my job.
Yo, you literally sound like I say this all the time. My life outside of work is so fucking dope.
You can make this shit about you, but this shit is definitely not about me.
Listen, if I gotta get out at 7, at 6:50, I be changed. My slides is on. I'm walking to my car, started. I'm out. So you gotta understand, as your boss, and I'm not saying I'm your boss, but as somebody's superior, if I'm telling you something. Yo, this shit right here, like, cause you gotta understand, outside of work, I'm gonna see you in this grocery store. Hey, what's up, Tiff? How you doing? How's the family? All that kind of stuff. It is not personal to you. You're taking it personal because you vested your time, but you feel like I was at home kicking my feet up, drinking Douce, watching you work.
No, I feel like if you're gonna critique or approach me about what I did, you need to come correct.
No, what you correct?
No, your work should have been correct, my nigga. What the fuck you talking about? Are you dumb? You didn't honor your work enough to make sure it was correct. Now I have to come and honor you to honor your work enough.
If you're wrong,
I'm not your child, and I don't. You work for me, bro. I don't have to come any kind of way, but to cut your check.
It's
I'm telling you some shit.
Can you help me be better? As a boss, like I tell my kids all the time, listen. If you fail in this class, you make the teacher work because their job is to teach you. Their job is to make sure you understand what's going on. So don't just give me an F without explaining or giving me the time to learn the work after you already taught it.
Yeah. So here's my thing. So great scenario. Now, if you emailed me as their counselor, like, hey, what has been done to ensure that this student passed, whatever, right? Depending on how that message is written is how I'm gonna take it.
Nah, that's that ego shit again.
Because hold on, yes it is. Because in some cases, I feel like you need to ask some questions first. Because
that was a question. What have you done to make sure?
Because you still saying
I've done a lot.
She don't like that.
I've done a lot.
Listen.
And then what you tell me? We want to hear what we want to hear. You just said she don't like that question because we always listening for what we want and our preference for it to be like
because
to us.
It's like what I posted today. It's like I posted today on my gram. I said that I was just like, not everybody's ready to receive what you're trying to deliver. Basically, in a sense. So you can say,
have to be able to make sure you can put out
why
what
you
you're
asking how my day? Or have a good day. Well, you should be having a good day. But then another person was going to say, thank you. That's how you taking it. You're taking it with the aggregate.
How's my day?
Yeah.
What? Why you want to know my day?
So I can come off that way at times.
No, that's
at this point all the time.
Wow.
But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I mean, listen, we can make this as long as this episode we want to. We're gonna wrap it up real quick. Well, we're gonna wrap it up now.
We actually made it as long as we possibly
can
could.
Right? So what we noticed, right, is obviously communication is the key to everything. But a lot of people, and more specifically to your situation, what we've been talking about today, right, is ego driven. Not whether it's just a dating life or whatever the case may be, Father's Day gifts, all that kind of stuff. But even now, hearing how you're responding to your superior asking you something, you want them to ask it to you in a way that you feel is digestible to your palate.
She want to suck her dick all the time, and I tell her this all the time. Like, and what do you do to get sucked off? And that's always my thing. You know what I'm saying? You can't want to get your dick sucked, but you're not doing shit to get sucked off. It just don't make sense to me. It don't make no sense to me, bro. It don't make sense to me. What? How you telling me honor my work, but you handed in incorrect work? You're not honoring your own work. Mm-hmm. So I can't suck your dick.
Krisydabull said she ain't sucking the dick.
I'm just saying.
That's a fact.
I'm just saying.
You think the bro wasn't sucking my dick, we wouldn't still be friends.
Whatever. You have to honor what you give in, but you want somebody to honor you. You have nerve. That's all.
Yo.
Do shit to get your dick off.
It's her fault.
No,
because she's giving me everything that I've wanted, and she's giving me everything that I've wanted. She set the standard for my relationships with all people, and I apparently may not have put in the work. It's your fault.
Listen, this has been.
That's it.
Listen, hold on.
I sound like my little sister.
Always the blame game.
So listen, this has been a fire episode, right?
Everybody but you.
So hold on. So we learned a couple of things. One, us as fathers have gotten some fantastic Father's Day gifts. You know what I'm saying? He's waiting on his rollie. I'm still waiting on mine too.
So, maybe.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to you guys. You guys are awesome.
We appreciate Chrissy and Tiffy pulling up on us. Tiffy got some ego issues. Chrissy definitely a bull. Stylist preaches. Steve is an asshole.
This is gonna
be
this
chilling.
is gonna be our first. I don't know if y'all know, but this is gonna be our first 2-part episode. Yeah, y'all the first guest that we sat here and spoke to for more than an hour.
This long.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is gonna be a
so we could toot our horn.
A
little something.
I mean, it was a lot. It was a lot.
With more.
Carmen San Diego still don't know where the fuck we are.
So it definitely was a dope conversation. We definitely looking forward to whatever you guys have to put out.
The little,
next.
the whatever.
Listen, man.
That's the problem.
That's
You're not
real.
saying it how she wants to
I don't know what you going to put out next. You don't know what we got putting out next. Like,
listen, this is what you got to do, right? Holla at Preach, get your studio time, get your podcast popping, forget the other 3 friends. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. I said it. Come see me. Pull up to our next live when we
just
have
don't steal our day because we should. You know our day. So don't come here.
Don't come on our day. At this point, you can't even. We
No,
hosting
y'all probably
already.
locked it in.
That's a fact. But listen, quite honestly, we appreciate the conversation. We appreciate you guys being open and be able to have the conversation. A lot of people are able to do that, especially being on camera and being recorded. Shout out to my brother. Shout out to Steve again. His hall pass again this week.
He's outside.
Nah, he just get it in on time.
This shit.
Just dadding this shit. Listen,
shit.
to the folks at home, we hope that you guys take away something dope from this conversation. If you're at work, twerking your neck at your boss and whatnot, feeling all kind of way,
you might get fired.
you might get fired. Unemployment, the extra might be cut off by what?
In August, September, it's
you know what I'm saying? But
yeah, it's over.
Listen, at the end of the day, the point is that listen, we're not here to judge, we're not here to chastise, but sometimes we got to take a look in the mirror and see. Listen, all right, people are telling me something. Let me take for what they're telling me. Try to be a little bit better. We're just trying to help everybody to be a little bit better. I might be a little bit better. Take a little bit from the conversation today and see what I can do better. I might take Steve's idea this year and make a coupon book because I just feel like
that was
more money.
so freaking
I really
cute.
like that.
That was so thoughtful, so creative.
But that's a good idea. It's a good thing
that I kill you.
But it's a good thing I don't have to celebrate nothing with her until December 8th.
That's our birthday.
That's our anniversary. Yeah.
Okay.
So we lit.
What's your guys' sign? What's yours?
Sad, baby.
He's a Sag Cap. Oh no, we ain't doing this.
Aries.
Virgo.
Okay,
I can see that.
Also cool. Yeah.
Well, I'm a Gemini.
We can tell.
Yo.
And we know the hard-headed Taurus over there.
There we go. And I walk in it.
That's a fact.
Been a good show.
This been another dope episode of Daddy This Shit. Yeah, we out.
Peace.
Dada.